Hello.
We are live.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Don't at me, crew and Christian.
Yes, sir. Don't at me.
Special
Yes,
guest. Love to see it. This should be fun. I'm excited. We got a couple of titans on the hill tonight for these two
Oh
teams.
my
Yes, sir.
God.
Yeah. I mean, 30 seconds in, I couldn't hold off the Zach
Zach
Godley praise.
Godley.
I'm sorry.
Zach Godley praises.
Masa hero tonight. Yeah. Tanaka coming off taking a 110-mile-an-hour fastball to the face. Not fastball. Baseball to the face.
Line drive.
Well, I saw
Took
him
a liner to the
throwing
dome.
a no-hitter in his Red Sox debut, but I don't know. That's just me. That's just me.
That is just you. Yes,
That's
that
just
is
me. I don't
literally just you. Yeah.
It's just the facts.
Took a poll.
Zach Godley was cut by the Tigers.
It's never usually good.
Who are
You know how bad you
rostering
have to be to
Ivan
be cut by
Nova.
the Tigers.
Ivan Nova.
That's
Not
just
only
bad
rostering
management.
Ivan Nova, he is a starter in the rotation on that team, and they chose him over Zach Godley.
But that's Alavia. He doesn't know anything. Kyle Bloom never.
I don't know about that.
I do. I knows everything. It's crazy.
Yeah, I definitely am not going to say Alavila knows everything.
Yeah, exactly.
We know that's not true.
Point made.
Definitely some rough trades over the years.
What time's the official first pitch here? It's supposed to be 7:10?
7:07.
Yeah, I think so.
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Baseball has a dire need to have a first pitch when they.
Yeah, like what this
The
is
Baseball is in need of a lot, and I feel like that's low on
That's
the totem
low.
pole
The
currently.
only sport that
also
does
fair.
the only sport that starts when they say they'll start is soccer.
True.
Soccer's with
Probably
every fall.
true.
Get out
It's like
perfect.
12
You know
o'clock
exactly
at
when it's gonna end.
You know what time it's gonna start. You know what time halftime is gonna come. You know what time halftime's gonna
Plan
end.
my day around it perfectly.
Yeah, it's perfect.
It's the easiest for that by far. Yeah, easy. It's a long commercial break. I feel like this has been longer than 2 minutes, 2 seconds. What are we talking about?
What are we
What
talking
I
about?
want to see some Zach Godley. I guess we're batting first. I gotta wait to see
I
Zach
want
Godley.
some Godfather action.
Excited to see Zach Godley.
Some Godzilla.
No time we got an ace in this rotation.
Oh my gosh, it's unreal. The Zach Godley hype is off the charts. Oh, there's a batting order?
I'm gonna
Oh, hell
pause
yeah.
it once they get rid of the Red Sox batting order. So you guys tell me when they're rid of it.
Ben Attendee and Pilar betting first and
Alright.
second. Yeah.
Fuller's DHing. That was when I saw that. I didn't even want to read the rest of the lineup. I saw that. I'm like, you know what? I'm good. I know how this is gonna go.
Yeah. Lotus Tanaka.
That's true. And Christian Vasquez is the best hitter
How
on
do
it.
you feel about Benny up top?
Miserable. I feel miserable
that was.
about it.
I saw that.
Put him on the bench or hit him 9.
Well, who would you?
I don't know what
Who
to
would
tell
you
you.
lead off with the guys getting with today's lineup?
Like I've had this conversation, I think, with Scott and Christian before, and like the team is bad. Don't get me wrong. There's nobody that should lead off in that lineup. It's almost as if they had a good leadoff hitter and traded him to the Dodgers. Anyways,
Almost.
with this team, I would that Mookie guy. I would honestly, I would put Verdugo first because other than Martinez, he's probably the best on base guy, and you're not going to hit JD lead off. So I would definitely hit Verdugo first. I'm sick of seeing Benintendi hit first. Physically ill every time I see a lineup card, and he's the first name on it.
Physically ill.
Physically
Yankees
ill.
have Gardner and center and Tachman.
I'm glad
that
we
makes
got
sense.
we got a representative of each team tonight. That makes this game fun. I like
Oh,
that.
yes, indeed.
Christian and I will moderate. We'll be the voice of reason.
I'm unable to pause my TV, which won't make.
Oh, we're all at the same time.
Yeah,
I
saw
just got first pitch. Oh, okay,
Alright.
perfect. We're on the same spot anyway. Duh.
Yeah.
How many pitches?
and it was Benintendi taking a strike. Why? We are off. The horses are off, kids. Let's go. Buckle up. Oh my god, I hate this team.
I expected their offense to at least do something so far.
And like I still think it should be fine. I still think it's a borderline top 5 offense. I mean, we were talking about it before we got on here. Devers and Xander having cold starts isn't going to help anything when those are 2 of the 3 best hitters. So I mean, even he hasn't.
I don't think I'd give them a borderline top 5.
I mean, obviously not right now. Does it have the potential to be? Absolutely.
Maybe.
Like it was last year, and I know Mookie to Verdugo is a drop off, but I don't think it's that much of a drop off where they're not in the conversation.
Not offensively speaking, right?
Sure.
So I don't know. They definitely the top of the order need to turn it around if they're going to do anything because this is miserable.
Beautiful start.
You love to see an 0.95 batting average from your leadoff guy. That's always ideal.
Just going down now too. Strikeouts up.
Yeah,
there you go.
Splitter right there.
It's a nice pitch.
It was nasty.
First batter face of the year is a K. It's always a good start to this campaign.
This is Tanaka's debut, right? We were talking about
that.
Yes, I thought
He
so.
hasn't pitched since he got the Domer.
Good start. Can't deny that.
Definitely
Tanaka's
a good
easily
start.
the most up and down pitcher, like at least on the Yankees. He's one of the most in baseball. When he's on, he's ridiculous. But then when he struggles,
yeah, it's just if he doesn't have command of his splitter, then he's not going to do anything at all.
For sure.
Because once he's he walks nobody usually, and when he's walking guys, he is atrocious. Because then he just gives up home runs and walks and home runs, and he doesn't make it out of the first inning. Like
kind of a vicious cycle.
What
was that? That happened in England last year, right? The game. Red Sox.
Oh yeah.
God,
him and Erod both gave up like 6 in the first inning. It was
that was a game. That was a game.
Yeah, it was. That was crazy.
That was the worst game I've ever. Yankees were up like 8 later in the game, and I had no confidence.
Because it was like 6 earlier in the game, and all of a sudden it was like 6-5 Yankees.
Yankees were up like 16 to 9, and I was like, they're gonna blow this. Like, there's no way that everyone's scoring.
Yeah,
it was insane.
That London series was crazy. When COVID's fully passed, I wouldn't hate seeing another series there. If the balls were flying out of the park like that,
they were flying, flying.
Shift.
Christian, big advocate of banning the shift for those who don't know.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Explain your reason.
The shift is bad for baseball.
There you go.
How? Tell the people why the shift is bad for baseball.
Okay, so
it's an interview right now.
It's changed the approach of the hitters, right? When we talk about pace of play and whatnot, everyone's become a 3-outcome player: a home run, strikeout, and a walk. The shift has stopped contact hitters for the most part from just getting those hits to go by.
But that's a good thing.
No,
you the hits for power.
It's preventing offense and creating more walks and strikeouts, which is extending the length of play.
It's amplifying the already 3-outcome sport that we've become.
Yes, and then not only that, but it's preventing highlight defenders from standing out more from terrible defenders because you can hide a bad defender within your shift.
That's fair.
But you only hated this much because it affects the Angels so poorly. If it benefited the Angels, you would love the shift. Admit it. You've never.
No, I've always disagreed with the shift.
Unbelievable.
No, I will say that I don't love
the shift. You disagree as well. It's ridiculous in my opinion.
Yeah,
that's fair. I hear that. I see where you're coming from for sure. That makes sense.
It definitely makes more sense to have a guy who hits for power and batting average, and not worrying about batting average and everything. But I will say it's a lot more fun to have a guy on your team who is going to put the ball in play most times. Like even though it's not
as a fan for sure.
Yeah, just as a fan, just it's more fun to have a guy like LeMahieu who you just know is going to hit the ball into play.
Right.
He's not going to go deep.
And the more we become a 3-outcome sport, the less and less the Tim Andersons and LeMahieu Fletchers, the less and less they're going to be good at all because the defense is it's set up exactly to where it needs to be now.
Yeah.
I see no issue with ridiculous. That. I see zero.
I think it's ridiculous. You wanted to create more offense in the game because the offense was dying. So you added juice balls instead of just banning the shift. Banning the shift allows those contact type of hitters to be able to find the holes more and more often. I think it just generates more offense.
So what would you do? You would have like a box of like your like third base isn't allowed to leave this area, or like
second base just can't. The second baseman can't cross over to the second base bag. Like just keep the two on two on the side.
What are we talking about here?
The shift the Yankees were just in on that Pilar hit was LeMahieu was not on the was still on the second base side of the bag, but he was like right on.
Yeah. So there's things you can do. You can shift around, but I think it's just. I disagree with the shift like that.
Yeah, all three on the left side. He doesn't agree with the shift. It's something he doesn't believe in.
That's fair. No, I can't hate on that.
So I can't imagine very many people are like willingly watching Tigers games, but the Miguel Cabrera shift this year is the infield stands all the way into shallow outfield because he's so slow that they're literally, if he bunted, he's so slow that the third baseman from shallow left field would have time to run in and throw him out at first. So the infield stands in shallow outfield, and not like at the grass, like probably 5 to 10 steps back, like legitimately in the outfield. And then the outfield themselves stands even further back, and he literally, if it's not a home run, he's out. He literally can't get on base.
I mean, that's all the hits he has this year, pretty much.
Yeah, he has 4 hits and 3 of them are home runs.
Yeah, the shift is ruining the careers of elderly first basemen who only pull the ball. It's absolutely elderly. Mark Teixeira, Ryan Howard, Pujols, even Votto now. The shift has just ruined their careers.
Yeah, Votto's been having a lot of hard contact and just hasn't gotten on base for the reason.
Like the Justin Uptons aren't allowed to be in a better tier of a hitter.
Yeah, but even a guy like LeMahieu, they don't shift him. Like they play straight up against him because he goes to all sides of the field. So there still is a way for guys like that to.
Yeah, but they're still shifting. Yes, but no.
Yes, but no.
Well, yeah, but you're wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know, man, but how pissed off would you be if they do end up banning the shift and you're one of those guys you named, the Pujols, the Miggies, the Teixeiras? Like, don't you feel completely robbed of a potential? I mean, all of them. I mean, not Teixeira, but Votto and Cabrera are Hall of Famers regardless. But those borderline guys, they're going to be like, hey, I wish the shift was banned when I was 35 because then maybe I'm Hall of Fame.
Because their careers would have been proven. Banning the shift the same way as adding the DH extends careers. Because those hitters are allowed to be better because you can't have 4 outfielders like Miggy. He can only hit a home run or he's out because there's nothing else he can do anymore.
Uh-oh.
Ridiculous shift banning. Unbelievable. I like the cop look. Oh, you looked stressed there. It was kind of that made me happy.
He said that made me happy.
Yeah.
2-1 count. You don't like to see that. Uh-oh.
Those virtual fans. That threw me off for a second. I was like, wait, what? And then I'm like,
virtual fans completely
brutal.
I like the cardboard cutout thing. I think that's creative, and it's a way to get, see yourself in the stands. Like, that's cool. The virtual one, that literally benefits no one. I don't even understand why they're doing it.
They're genuinely terrifying. I have nightmares.
It is horrifying.
But, did you see just now, though, the advertisement?
The advertisements are weird.
It just said Yankee. I think it's for the Yankees, Spanish broadcast, but they were broadcasting and it just said Yankee right behind the plate.
The one thing that has come from this, or another thing, I guess I should say, that's come from this is without the fans, there is some weird ad placement going around. There are ads at some weird ads places.
The Angels' entire left field scoreboard is just ads now. They decided we don't need it anymore.
Put a big tarp over their outfield, green or blue tarp over their outfield, and they're just displaying ads on it. Anytime there's a fly ball, it's just a different ad on there.
Yeah. Eloy
There's one on
Jimenez
pitcher's
just hit a
mound,
home run.
Ooh,
Eloy
says John
Royals.
Fitz,
Shout out to John for commenting on his own broadcast.
okay. First
I mean,
comment.
if I see a terrible take in the comments, like Christian Ship fanning take, I'm gonna boo it. I think that's reasonable on my part.
There we go.
Easy boo.
Easy, boo. Easiest decision he's made in a while.
I'm getting excited. It's almost Zach Godley time, baby. Let's
Oh,
go.
That godly
You're getting
season is
excited
here.
and nervous.
I'm not nervous at all. How could you be nervous to watch one of the greatest of all time do his thing?
It's a very fair
Well,
point. Like, you can't
Watch
argue
him
with
do
that.
his craft.
I can't wait for him to get rocked.
Don't say that. It's a Little League park, so even if he does, it doesn't count. I said it here before
That's
the game
fair.
starts.
Go
It is
team.
true.
Fair.
I said it before the game starts, so it's true. Doesn't count if it's bad, does if it's good.
The goatee
Everybody
Zach
knows
Godley
that's how
is
it
rocking
works.
is
Everybody
fantastic. Like that's beautiful.
Oh, look at that goatee, man. Look at this, man. 4 innings, 7
Shout out
Ks, no
goatee
walks.
game.
Got the high socks going too.
No. How could you not just love this man? He was built to
I
just
like the shake
be the
before
ace of the
throwing.
staff. Oh yeah, he's got the big glove shake. No one's knowing what he's got
Seamer there.
tossing in there.
What number is he rocking? 68.
That's a
Yeah,
bad
68,
number.
I think. Is that what it is? I'm still
That's
looking
a,
at his
That
phone.
does not feel like a
that's
pitcher's number.
I'm expecting to get sent down soon number.
Yeah, that's
As much as I hate
this
to
is
admit
the
it,
only
that's-
number they have left.
It is
Kind of
true.
Betances had that.
Oh, look at that. DJ.
Oh, first play, one man, one out.
Love to
I'm
see
way
it.
too far
Godzilla,
ahead
Good
of
play
you.
from Raffy, too. I love watching my little Raffy grow every year. Defensively, he's coming around.
Yeah,
The
he's
haters,
still
Christian, are fuming. You
Hey,
love to
I like Rafael Devers.
literally
Rafael's the least
slandered
fan,
Evers in this broadcast like 15 minutes ago.
It is true.
We
The
have
people
He
a
has
viewer
been
join.
struggling to start the season. My War League has been suffering as a result.
The War League is a you problem. Him struggling is certainly a me problem, and I feel that. It's not fun. But he'll be alright. Like I said, look at that. Looks great. Hey, what?
Pitch. I'm way ahead of you guys, which is very annoying. Can't get mine back.
I'd say Judge has been off to a hot start, but he hit them all
You
against
can say
Baltimore, so I'm not really sure how you can count that.
It's true. Baltimore
Two
not
out of
good.
three
Thought they
home
might
runs
have been
in
for the
Baltimore.
first 3 games of the year, but Ken confirmed Baltimore not good.
Red Sox just worse.
You know what? It's possible.
Wait,
Are we going for the first pick? It's possible.
Oh no, yesterday was against the.
Angels have the first pick pretty locked up, but I think we still got a
Feels
chance.
like it.
I'll
Oh,
give him some credit.
Hank Marks in full effect, baby. I love it.
I feel that. Thanks for Kuma.
The two
Once Beckham
contenders.
comes up in
the two
2037,
contenders
like,
in
we'll
this
be
right
great.
now. The
Don't
two
get me
contenders
started
are the
on that
Detroit
awful
Tigers
name.
and the New York Yankees that have fans in the chat going on. Two real World Series contenders.
Great pitch. Right at
the
the wheels.
Tigers, we're definitely World Series contenders without a doubt.
5-2.
5-3.
Oh.
3. Yeah. Got rained out today. We'll take 2 tomorrow. It's all right.
Take 2 tomorrow, yep. Well, it rains again because it's just
I know.
doesn't stop here. It's ridiculous.
Ridiculous. The part that pissed me off was the fact that it's not raining currently. I live 15 minutes from Comerica. It is not raining right now at all.
Right around first pitch.
Game was supposed to start at 7:10. It's 7:23. It's not going to rain the rest of the evening. They moved it from 7 to 1 to avoid rain, and it rained all afternoon, and it just stopped.
Goodness.
What a nightmare.
Somebody
Holy
had to have lost their job.
Crap.
I can't
Why are
foresee
we
this being
showing
something
the-
good. I cannot foresee this being something. What a...
Oh, man.
it's
No,
on! It's
Zach
the
Godley.
55.
Zach Godley
It's all right. What did I say? 3 to 4 runs? That's one. Get it out of the way. You got to get it out of the way. We weren't shutting out the Yankees. That's fine. Never was expected.
Whoa. Is
That's
that-
all right.
Is that 4
Virtual
straight
John
games with a home
Principe
run?
just threw the ball
for a
back
top
onto the
5 player in
field.
baseball?
Litter.
Wild.
Oh, man. 455, John.
That was a
John, that's
I have
in
no
any
defense. That
stadium.
was...
I hate to break it to you. That's
That
gone
was
pretty far.
Damn.
I mean,
I'm
Angel
feeling like
Martinez didn't have a
Stanton
zero
also goes yard this inning.
The third best
give up
player
the
in baseball
runs.
strikes.
You
me.
maybe Stanton gets one too. That's all right. I
He
said
hung
3 or
that
4. We'll in there.
pretty significant.
He knew it as soon as he threw it.
Yeah, I wasn't 100% sure, but then I saw Godley just look down.
Yeah, he knew it as soon as he threw it. That one didn't.
You saw the
that one didn't
goatee
bite.
go down.
It's all right. That's all right. That was
Great pitch.
better. Yeah, it's all right.
Pitch. Good bounce back pitch for sure.
Jeez, 4 straight games with a homer.
Yeah, Aaron Judge is the third best player in baseball.
Screw them against Baltimore, right?
That's the hot.
Yeah,
two of them are against Baltimore.
What'd you say, Kyle?
No, 2 of them are against Boston, so really none of them really count.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Forgot that
Those two
happened.
against Boston?
I said
Yeah,
third best player in baseball.
I forgot you guys played yesterday. That's correct.
You said Judge is a top 3 player in baseball?
Don't at me. He's 5 minimum.
He's in the conversation.
I don't
He's
think
6
it's
minimum.
ridiculous.
I
don't think it's right.
In my
I
personal
don't think
opinion.
it's ridiculous.
I mean, Trout obviously and Betts obviously, and then Yelich, Bellinger, him, and Bregman I think are all in that next 4. And maybe
Christian
Chapman.
scoffs at
You're
Bregman.
missing a little. I think you're missing
Matty Chapman.
Yeah, I think Matt Chapman is clearly number 3 at this point. He's back-to-back 8.2 WAR seasons.
Clearly.
I would have a Trout, Betts, Chapman, Judge, and Yelich.
That's interesting. I don't hate that.
I don't hate either of them, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean,
Like I don't mind Judge at 3 at all.
Yeah, like I think
Judge has
there's a
been
case to
so
be made.
he's
for
gotten
sure.
so disrespected, mainly by Yankee fans, and it's
Shocker.
can't have that. Can't have that.
I don't mind that take. I mean, I love Chapman too, though. I really don't mind that take at all.
Does Aaron Judge now sit behind Christian Vasquez on the league leaders in home runs?
I believe they're tied now.
I think they're tied now. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah, the home run king.
Brian Goodwin's about to catch up here pretty soon.
Brian Goodwin about to catch up.
He had 2 doubles, a homer, and a triple yesterday. This is ridiculous.
Like, that was nasty.
Zach Godley, yeah. When his stuff is on, his spin rate is top tier.
His spin rate is insane. That's
The
true.
expected batting average on the Judge home run was 1,000.
Well, 455 feet.
Yeah.
So that's out in dead center in Comerica. So that's all you need to know.
I'm really bad at not reacting.
I don't understand how that wasn't just a third strike before
He
anyways.
fouled it off.
Yeah, they fouled.
But he didn't. They showed it. Like, he definitely didn't.
doesn't
I'm
matter.
sick.
Oh,
Robbing
yeah.
Zach Godley of a strike.
Oh, there you go.
And the shift right
Good thing the
there.
shift is alive and well.
Yeah, Zue Lin, Tsunami holding it down.
Tsunami.
Keep the shift active and alive.
Stan said he lost like 10 pounds in the offseason. I didn't think he could lose 10 pounds.
Yeah, he slimmed down his muscle mass.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He's having a year.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I still think he's going to finish the highest of MVP on the Yankees this year.
I don't mind it.
That was paint. What are we talking about?
That was
Well,
wild.
Take. That was a good take.
The MVP voting will.
Paint.
There's a chance MVP voting's happening next week. So
Right. Jacoby
he's gotta
Jones
catch
taking it
up.
home.
He's got to catch up to Judge.
Y'all not ready for that combo.
That'd be a crazy top 10 if they did do the final
It
voting
would.
next week. Oh my god.
Max Stassi would absolutely have to be out there.
He would garner votes. You can't deny that he wouldn't garner
Absolutely.
votes. Yeah. The Cy Youngs too, because each guy has like 2 stars. There'd be some crazy. I mean, Shane
Bieber would win it.
Bieber's already gotten locked up, but the NL, I know. Would be
I don't know. Dylan Bundy looks pretty phenomenal. Would you say so for myself?
funny.
Yeah,
I'd
you
say
do
so
say
myself.
so yourself and
If
no
I
one
do
else.
say so
Yeah,
myself.
it's just you.
He looked phenomenal last night.
Bieber would hands down overshadow
Yes.
that. It would not even be a conversation anyone would have.
This team sucks.
It's true.
They are not good. Yeah.
They have a better record than the Angels. You're not allowed to call that, Christian. None of that. So I can any of it.
We didn't have to face the fucking Orioles.
All right.
We played the Mariners.
Yeah, you did. Face
Down goes Stanton. Nasty.
All in all, one terrible pitch, pretty good inning though. Pretty good inning, looks pretty good. One horrendous pitch, you won't hear me deny that. Other than that, pretty good.
Where do you guys
gotta
stand?
hope he doesn't make that horrendous pitch a couple more times.
Yeah.
Seems like he does.
Wouldn't end well. Fair enough. Wouldn't end well.
Where do you guys stand on never mind, I forget what I was going to talk about.
I stand pretty
pretty tall.
Strong,
yeah,
right?
I feel very strong.
Yeah,
that
would be
what was I going to bring up? Jeez.
That's tough. You're getting old, dog.
Talk, bro. Yeah, I mean,
youngest one here. You're getting old.
You're getting old.
17. I mean,
Pretty old.
Getting old.
Getting old.
genuinely complete. Wait, why is Kevin Pillar? This is not what I was talking about, but why is Kevin Pillar DHing?
He's about the field from everywhere else.
He's slightly below average in the field, which, like, there's no way Benintendi's better. There's no reason for Benintendi to be out there over Pillar. No reason for Benintendi to be doing anything over Pillar. There's also no reason. I mean, like, I get it, but, like, they had 250 off days, and it's game 7. Like, what are we talking about?
What are we talking about?
Like, oh, God. I don't think you can fire a manager in a 60-game season, especially in the Red Sox position, but I can't wait till Ron Ronick's not the manager of this team anymore. My
God, you really don't like him already?
He's a super nice dude, but, like, he's had 8 different lineups in 8 games, which, I mean, that is not a good thing by any means. And most of them have been bad. Most of them have been a combination of Benintendi, Peraza, and Pillar in the top 2, which
I think Boone
that doesn't sound good. It's
Boone,
not.
At the very least, Peraza has come through for you.
Yeah, like even Pillar's been good this year, but like that's not the top 2 of a team that's gonna get you anywhere but last place. Like it's embarrassing. Like, there's better lineups to be concocted, way better bullpen use, better pinch hitting, better pinch running. Like I agree with the take that overall managers don't really matter, but he kind of sucks.
I think
and he
Boone,
reminds me of shitty year.
I think Boone had 155 lineups last year.
Maybe ban him.
They never really went into like one lineup day after day. He switched it up every single day.
That's the real John. That would be getting through the hole.
What did you say, Cop? Who?
Boone had like 150 lineups.
Oh, Boone. I mean, that's different though. You guys kind of had to, and like respect made it work, but you guys did have to kind of by injury. Ronick's just doing it out of being senile. Thank God. All right, the Moon Man's up. Christian Vasquez, baby.
Yes,
I love the Red Sox nicknames. I'll give him that. He's very good at making nicknames.
Always come through with the best nicknames. Yeah, that I won't hear. That's a fact.
It's
like he is so much shorter than I would assume he is.
He's like 5'8", 5'9".
Yeah, he's like he's out 2B levels looking.
That's why with Wild when Eovaldi wore his jersey for an inning because Eovaldi's like 6'3". I'm like, how did he not notice as soon as he put on Christian Vasquez's jersey? Like someone who was literally like 3/4 of a foot shorter than him. How did he not put that on and be like, oh, this is like a training bra? Like I don't.
Put it on?
It was crazy to me. That whole scenario was wild.
What happened? I never got like. Why did he put it on?
So because everyone's living in Fenway right now, because that's their like bubble. Everyone's living in suites in Fenway, and those 2 are living together. And Eovaldi swept through his first jersey, so we went to grab another one. Saw the 7 because Eovaldi's 17, Vasquez is 7. Grabbed the jersey and threw it on, and nobody stopped him, and he pitched a whole inning.
Do they not have names on the back of their jerseys?
What's that?
Get blown away.
No, yeah, they don't have names on the home jerseys. I guess it would have been, yeah.
I'm pretty sure you 2 are the only 2 left that don't have names on the homes.
Is Cleveland?
What's the name?
The Giants don't.
I think you're right about that.
Giants home jerseys at least don't.
No, I think you're right.
I'm not sure about the road. Does Cleveland?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah.
Oh wait, was Cleveland the first team to put names on? Or the first team with numbers? They were the first on some.
Everything with numbers. That had to have been a minute ago.
Yeah. What was it?
2003, first year with numbers.
First year they put numbers on jerseys. It's crazy. What a year.
He is really tiny.
What a year.
Like, he's on a base and he's nowhere close to VoIP.
Imagine thinking he wasn't winning MVP.
That is a base. What's a black box?
What's this box? That's
okay. I thought it was Canada or something. I'm like, I'm not gonna say anything about this Canadian black box, but you guys saw that too. That's it. I don't know what was going on there.
Yeah, someone on Photoshop or something.
Yeah, something.
Pop, do you guys have names on your roads?
No, they don't have names on.
Yeah, you don't have them on anything, do you?
No names on
just Players Weekend. The only time Yankees are allowed to have fun is Players
Weekend.
No names,
sucks.
no beards. No
This
hair.
year was so bad. Last year was great, but this year was bad. Or 2019, I guess, was bad.
Fun fact: the Red Sox, the only team who were 0-6 on Players Weekend. They got swept both years. Players. Even 2018, that was the one time they got swept in 18 was by the Rays on Players Weekend, and then obviously again last year, I think by the Yankees.
The thing I find hilarious about Players Weekend is that the entire MLB is like, you can't do anything and you can't like be creative at all. But here's one weekend where you can do.
Yeah, that's literally what it is.
Yeah.
You can wear.
Even then, we'll make you wear the
cleats.
ugliest of jerseys.
Yeah, and the worst jerseys for almost every team. It's god.
The only thing I like is I have yet to like a Tigers jersey. I liked the hats in 2018. I didn't like anything last year. I didn't like the jerseys in 18. The hats in 18 are hard.
I liked the Angels, to be honest, for 18, but 19,
the Yankees were just
wasn't last year the year they tried to make everything either all black or all white?
Yeah,
how did they say? God, I forgot.
They said Players Weekend. Like, they went Players Weekend, be creative, and then they picked all black and all white jerseys.
Yeah, what?
Like, no color. But no, the Yankees, the year before, the Yankees had like these jerseys. Yankees can't really have like any like creative jerseys because navy blue is just like a kind of boring color in of itself, and then white.
Right.
So it's
Yeah,
like
that's
not
true.
really,
I guess they don't really have a lot to work with from their color base, their palette. Some would say.
yeah.
Their palette, as some would say.
Bob
yes.
Ross.
I mean, at 18, at least I respected the fact that they tried to make it loud and like colorful and stuff.
Yeah.
Like at least last year was just a joke.
The A's jerseys in 18 were so nice. The A's consistently have like some of the best jerseys.
A's jerseys are always so hard, though. Yeah,
the A's,
it's sad that that almost went
is...
out of a major league stadium as a pop out.
Major League Stadium.
Yeah,
very loosely. Yeah, very loose term. Exactly. My God.
Green and yellow is just a perfect color combo.
Yeah, I do love all the A's uniforms. The green ones, the yellow ones. Like, they're all just fantastic.
So Erod is going to be able to come back next year, like just fine, right?
I mean, no doctor will tell you that, like, for sure he will, because I mean, his overall health, they can't confirm he's going to be fine, let alone like getting back to baseball, because like this really has affected his strength. Like he got through 15 or 20 pitches and was tired. So I mean, he's got to kind of make sure that he's of good health with that for them to even consider bringing him back to try and get him to baseball speed. So, I mean, I would think so. I mean, the schedule, the timetable they released today says he should be back and good for next year, but stuff like this, like obviously you can't, not a sure thing. So I hope he gets better, first of all, and like at all. Like that's all that really matters. But yeah, if he comes back next year, look out for the 2021 Sox, kid.
Oh my God!
Look out for the 2021 Sox, kid.
Who are you gonna sign this offseason? That's
it actually doesn't matter. Like Sale, Erod, Eovaldi, and I'm assuming a trade for some sort of 4. That's a contendable, at least for the playoffs. Rotation. The bullpen's fine no matter what the haters say. And the lineup's pretty close to fine as long as they kind of iron these kinks out. So yeah, they just need help. Like Sale,
all right, give me a win-loss projection
for this year.
No, not this year. Forget this year. For the 2021 Sox.
I'm glad this is on record because I'm gonna be right.
I'm glad it is too. I don't think you realize how happy I am. It's gonna be on record.
Assuming COVID is
Right.
like,
Yeah. No,
relative
we're
chill.
assuming
162 games.
this is under the assumption that next year is a completely normal season.
We're playing 162. If we're playing 162, Sox push 90, kid. Sox
When
push
is Sale
90.
coming back?
Don't sleep on the Sox. They push 90.
So
Where
88,
are you setting them at?
74.
88,
88, 74.
88 wins, yeah.
I mean, if they need to win a couple more, depends on the wild card goes. I think they're a wild card team. I think they're still could contend for the 8th seed this year. I think they're a wild card team next year for sure. 88 wins minimum. You heard it here first. You're welcome for the right take.
Where are the Sale won't be back until the middle of the year, right?
Yeah, like I do think he's
Same
going to
as
miss some of the year for sure. But having Erod back, I mean, if Eovaldi looks like this, having those two, I would hope at least can help tide over the month or two we might be without Sale, but that definitely could hurt the 88 wins projection for sure, and not having him for 2 months. So
you got to assume they try to get someone in.
Well, Godley too. I'm kind of half kidding, but I'm not. Like Godley easily could be a 4 or 5 on this team if he pitches to a 4.
5 if you get another number 2.
I'm telling you, we got kids. Brian Matta's coming up. Everyone's going to know the name. Brian Matta could start in that rotation today. He should.
Yeah, so
Next
can
year,
I.
easily could be in that rotation. Well, yes, true. We all could. This could be
This could be 1. This could be 2 through 5 right here.
And then us 4. Yeah, I don't hate that. I kind of like that actually. Yeah, you guys can throw the ball.
I have the hand-eye
I don't hate that at all.
I have the hand-eye coordination of a whale, and I could pitch. I could be the 5-star.
I mean, that's pretty much what the qualifications are right now. So
Yeah, so does Zach Godley. Copy fine.
man, look at him. He's filthy. I don't want to hear it. Unbelievable. Oh, that wasn't.
And it's a line draw base hit.
That's probably not how Godley drew it up.
Follow up my statement about Godley being good too well. Nice.
If he has like a 450 ERA as your number 5, that's fine. But he's currently your number 1.
No, Eovaldi's been great this year.
Okay, so
What
he's
are we
still your
talking
number
about?
2, and that's just
know,
not good.
Martin
enough.
Perez gave up 1 run over 6 innings a couple days ago. He looks good too.
What was his first game against
Against
Baltimore?
the Mets. But he had a good game against the Mets. I'd rather have a bad game against the Orioles and a good game against the Mets than vice versa.
In
I
terms
can
of
understand the logic. I can go behind that.
in terms of pure stuff, Eovaldi is ridiculous. Like he is amazing stuff.
He looks like
Oh
he looks
yeah,
back
he always has been.
because he was
I
good.
did
I
not
think
like
it's 6
them. They had to let it
last
go.
year, but
I understood like he got Tommy John, but I wanted them to. He's at least out of the bullpen at the very least. I mean, he hits 100.
we all saw what he did out of the
breaking
bullpen
ball.
in the World Series. Like he's just I
Oh,
love
that's
that
right.
dude.
Game
But he looks
3.
good. That 2017 370 ERA for Godley. He's got it in him, baby. He's got it in
Yeah,
him.
I'm sure his FIP was not around the 330.
Yeah, I think it was like 440, honestly.
Do you guys say
If I were
FIP or
IIRC, I believe it's about 440.
Do you guys say FIP or FIP?
I usually say 5th, but I
I
just want to
think
say
it's
for the first
yeah.
time.
I would very much.
I think
concur.
I've only ever said FIP.
Yeah. Beautiful piece of hitting there.
Like I'm trying for you, Zach Godley, man. I've been trying to defend your ass.
That's the
That was a
shift
bad
right
That's
there.
beating the
That
ship.
is the shift right there. If it's banned, that's a double play. You have 2 outs in the inning. Zach Godley's looking great.
He's still looking all right.
He's trying to make banning the ship because Zach Godley would look better. That's his argument now.
I'm just saying.
Just run the triple play. Be all right.
It's
Just
a
run the
very
play.
fair
Hey,
point.
run triple play.
Run the old triple play.
Run the old triple play play.
Are we
No
gonna
big
sit here
deal.
and act like that's not
Curveball
a
low
very
and away.
fair
Just
point?
get him to pull it.
Man, I just get that he hasn't got that slider just cutting like it's been cutting. He's get cutting.
Wow,
I'll
Gary
take you.
Sanchez off to a hot start, huh?
He's just due for a first.
He's due for
This
putting
is
a ball in
August Carey,
play.
though, so just be careful now. We were warned about August Carey Sanchez.
That's true.
I mean, I'd
It-
hope
it is
so. It's
1st.
August and he doesn't have a hit.
Well, it's kind of be hard to worse than July Gary. I mean, 0 for 15 is an
July-
063 OPS on the year.
July Gary is insanely bad in his in his career. It's insane. Like in August, he has like a 1,000 OPS, and in July, he has like a 600 or 500, something like that. It's weird how like you can be so like monthly. There's probably no correlation.
No sense.
I think I was able to actually time up. Did you guys get a pitch to Gary yet?
I'm at 1-1.
Oh, I'm actually way behind you then.
Well,
dope.
I think the 1-1 should be coming soon.
Right about
I knew it.
Oh man, look at that! The shift yet again, Jonathan.
I knew it.
They held the runner though. They held the runner.
Okay, now
Here we go. We got bases juiced here.
I'd rather be ahead of you guys than behind you.
So how many runs do you think are going to come in this inning?
Ideally, only 1 or 2 more runs come in. Do I think are going to come in? It's certainly looking like more than that.
No outs, bases loaded. Zach Godley's good though, guys. Zach Godley's really good.
Hey, it's tough to
Been
pitch
a lot of
the
soft
Bronx Zoo,
contact.
baby. He's got the fans or the virtual fans.
Fans, yes.
The virtual fans are giving it to him in the Bronx Zoo. How can you expect?
Totally forgot that the fans are giving him a hard time.
There. It is
Environment. That's intimidating. I feel bad for him. He's pitching well, just some soft contact in a tough environment.
John, I don't think you're getting 1 or 2 runs, bud.
Oh no!
Uh-oh. Does he go yard here? No way does he go yard here.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. It's on.
Uh-oh.
No.
Uh-oh. It's out of here.
Is that back-to-back games with a grand slam for Gio Urshela?
Oh.
No.
Hey, you said only 4 or 5. It's okay.
That's still in play, I guess.
5 if he makes it.
Just gotta cut her down now.
That's just it's okay. It's just one bad pitch from Godley.
Oh, I think we're probably up to
liners, bloopers getting
Honestly,
through,
though,
and then a home run.
Like,
It'll even out over the course of a season, I promise.
What'd you say?
Oh man, this sucks.
Fly out in a lot of parts.
That's like a pop out to second at Tiger there at Tiger America.
It's legitimately not to the warning track. They said that ball went 412. It's 420 to the wall in dead center. So
I mean,
that's
credit
just
to
your park's insane.
But 412. What are we talking? That's steep center. What are we talking about here?
What are we talking about?
It was good. It was a good location too, to be honest.
He hit a spot. It was
a little lower.
Rochelle also hit the spot.
The biggest problem is that he can hit his spot. He just doesn't have the best stuff.
What's Jackie doing? Climb the wall. On the team for one reason, to play defense. Like, get up that wall. Come on now.
Hey, Peyton commented his OPS in July. Holy cow. Gary Sanchez's career OPS in July is 486, but in August it's almost 1,100.
Jeez. He's a merchant. He probably plays Baltimore multiple times in August consistently.
I mean, this is true.
Over 100 more plate appearances in August than July as well.
He's playing Boston in.
That might be worse than Baltimore.
Not very fair.
Just a stat pattern against the Red Sox and Orioles. Unbelievable. Yeah, not good.
People are obsessed with this stat this year, I noticed.
What?
The percentage of runs from the home run?
Maybe that's just because, like, in all the Tiger games, we were in first until yesterday, and that the whole season. Like, maybe I just saw it a lot because of that. But I had never remember seeing that stat. And again, that might just be because we had no home runs last year, but I really don't remember seeing that stat until this year.
Well,
people love it.
Yeah, I've seen it
talked
about a lot more for sure. I feel that.
Led the league baseball history. They're doing it more in this year. I've definitely.
I've definitely seen it more this year than I have in the past.
Yankees haven't had a lot of like ribby singles, which is so much better. You always want the slap single than home run. Tough play. Oh,
It's the second inning. This is gonna be a long one.
We still got
game.
Judge on deck too.
Like-
So gotta go through Aaron.
Yeah, you got top of the order all over again.
Like Red Sox Yankees as is always just
Oh, that's gonna be a tough
Oh,
play. It's gonna be a tough play.
No way.
good play.
Oh, he's out though. I agree.
That was a weird play.
He looked out.
Overhead's gonna get stuck in the dirt too.
Yeah, it looked like
Oh,
he
that's
kind of did, or he
close.
slipped when he threw. It was weird.
Yeah, it looks like he's.
These games are always ridiculously long, regardless, especially the nationally
Yeah.
televised ones. Like when it's Red Sox Yankees, it's like Sunday night, like tomorrow night, it's 4+ hours every time, even if it's 10 innings.
I don't know if he's out.
What did
He's
he
out.
do? That was the weirdest
Oh, yeah,
throw.
kind of like threw off
ever.
balance.
He like
What do
pushed
you
his like
mean?
back
How-
foot back.
Oh no, okay,
He's
he's
out
out.
by-
He's out. He is out. Absolutely.
Yeah, I
I
wasn't
just
sure
saw
how
that
he did.
here. What a nasty change to Judge.
Yeah, I like it.
Stuff is there for the 455 starter. The stuff
His
is there,
spin rate is there. His location is not, and that's the biggest problem. I think.
and he's still getting worked back. I mean, he's thrown 7 innings since
right, but this has been an
February.
ongoing issue. Screws
for sure. Yeah, that's definitely true.
He's not exactly on the level.
This season sucks, man. Oh my god.
Wrong.
The pain.
Ooh,
I agree with you on that one. I agree with you on that. I think that is paint.
Like some perfect frame job from the best catcher in the AL American League as a whole, I should say, Christian Vasquez. Like, what are we talking about? Conspiracy to get the Red Sox is alive and well.
Jose Altuve got picked out for the second straight game. Just wanted that to be thrown out there.
Good. Oh,
No.
you never know at this
No.
stage.
Yeah, no, it's.
You want to call it this
I don't even want to call it a
playground, I guess.
This college field.
Yeah, like this public school field. Unbelievable. I'm sick. All right, that's all right. Grand Slam, not ideal. It is over.
Isn't your dimensions not much bigger?
Nah, except they have a giant wall.
We got the wall, A.
The
We
wall
got
has like
for the
40.
It's
center.
a pop up.
We got deeper to center, not 412 or whatever that home run was that I'm sick about.
I'm pretty sure. What is dead center at Yankee? Like 410?
408.
If
I'm
408?
sick. I'm
Left
absolutely
center's
sick. It's
like-
420.
Left center is like 390, which is pretty
and like
deep for
right
left center.
center of Fenway is just ridiculously deep.
Right's just so tough to play. Like, obviously, people will say the pole is short, and it's fair, but you can't really, unless you hit the
Well,
pole,
it's
you're
like-
not hitting the home
Yeah,
run.
the shape
Well,
is
John.
all weird.
Don't be mad just because someone was like insane when they drew your stadium's dimension.
I'm
They just
happy
started
about it.
doing
It makes
this,
me
like-
feel better about my home
I
run.
like the pesky pole. I think it's an interesting factoid with baseball.
It's the
Yeah, it's
weirdest
not just
stadium
like
I've
I
ever
miss
seen.
the hill in Houston. It was
I
a
missed the
good thing
Yeah.
about
hill,
last
dude.
year.
I'm
Yeah.
so mad they took that out.
I mean,
Oh,
like, it's
I have to
fair
update
for
the
safety
scoreboard.
reasons.
Oh, I don't care. Grow up.
Grow up.
I'm very sorry for not updating
Reasonable.
the
You
score
can steal
earlier.
signs, but you can't
Don't
run
give
up a
them
hill.
bombs right there. Like Jesus Christ.
It was like 437 or 440 or something.
Yeah,
ridiculous.
it didn't get hit up there.
It was so sweet.
I can recall the Lance Berkman catch. up there.
Yes. Yes. Your boy had some nice catches up there too back in the day, Edmund.
Oh yeah, always.
Yeah, he had some
Trout had a
damn
nice
nice
catch
catches
up there and Corey Hunter.
Yeah. Yeah. The Berkman catch is iconic though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely iconic. You want to? What are we rocking with the shirt?
Talking to me?
Yeah.
Well, Bob,
Look at that.
David
Look at
Ortiz.
that.
And
Not everybody's team can win a World Series and celebrate it. But my
Stop.
oh my goodness.
4 times in my life, in case you're wondering.
That is
Giants fans can't relate.
That is-
Love to see it.
no one here can relate. We have a combined between the three of us. We have a combined 2 in our lifetime, and if you include Comp's lifetime, it's still 2 actually.
No, because Christians wouldn't apply.
I know.
Well, that's what I'm asking. Comp, are you older or younger than the Angels ring?
Younger.
Younger.
That was
Yeah.
02.
So
I was
it is
03.
just one. That's wild.
Could never be the Red Sox. You gotta have these down years. You know it happens. It's all good.
I have 3 total between my teams. I only remember one of them.
2 of them are the Giants. You don't remember the Giants' first Super Bowl? I feel like we've talked about this before.
4.
Ah, okay. That's wow.
What?
Yeah.
07?
Yeah, I didn't realize it was
07,
07,
I was
honestly.
4,
I
and
thought
then
it was 09, but that
I
makes
was 6 when the Yankees won. and then
I
was
remember
10.
the Lakers championships, but that's the only ones I can recall, really.
I have a
that's
vague,
sad.
The Kobe one, 09, 10.
I have a
yeah.
vague memory of the second Giants. But besides,
Well, that was what, 2010?
2012.
Oh yeah,
12,
I was
13,
9.
yeah.
And then the other 2 I have no memory of. So ever since I've gotten like really into sports, my teams have been either bad or just not, or just haven't won.
Right.
Then there's
To
like
hear that on the Yankees accord, I love to hear that.
Yeah, I know.
We're just in last place in every sport. So
Yeah. That's not very
Detroit versus everybody.
Detroit sports really in a tough
Including
place. I have in my lifetime, I have 4, but I only remember 2.
Are you including like university?
Two of the Red Wings ones is when I was like an infant.
Gotcha.
But the 08 Red Wings one, I remember very well. And then the Pistons, I was 6 or 7. I remember that one. But then, yeah, I don't remember, obviously, the 2000, 2001, 02, that era of the Wings. I don't remember. But and then, obviously, the Lions we don't have to worry about, and the Tigers we don't have to worry about.
Detroit sports are even doing bad at the lottery.
It's bad.
The Red Wings in the 4th pick. The first
Pistons
pick going to a
picking
playoff
9
team.
every
So
year.
we have not only the Red Wings have. I think it's actually Red Wings and Pistons. Well, I can't speak for actually the history of the Red Wings, but I know since we started missing the playoffs, we have yet to move up in lottery position, and the Pistons have never, literally not once ever, been moved up in lottery position. We have only moved down in the history of the franchise.
Travers, everybody.
The Knicks haven't moved up since '85. This year was their first top 3 pick since '85, I think. Or last
Since
year.
it was fifth in
They
'85.
moved back 2 spots.
Good, reasonable take, actually.
Fixed?
Yeah.
It was definitely fixed. But why couldn't they fix it now? Why can they
Why didn't
For
I'm
God's sake,
shocked they
fix
didn't
it.
fix it for Zion?
fix it for
truly
Zion?
because there's no way the NBA wanted him to go to New Orleans. There's just no way.
I don't know, man. Same market size as Golden State when it comes to viewership.
If they were going to fix it, would they fix it for the Knicks or for the Lakers?
The Knicks. The Lakers had
Knicks.
LeBron.
LeBron,
You
no.
won't
They
need
could put Zion with LeBron,
No,
and I
dude.
guess probably still AD.
the
No,
NBA,
because they would have done Knicks for
the
sure.
NBA
Because you
wants the
already have
Knicks.
LeBron on the Lakers.
exactly.
You're not going to make that viewership get higher
Yeah.
by adding Zion.
I think Zion is
adding-
being more bad.
This is
No
a
way.
brutal
No.
take on
It's
you
all-
guys.
No, it's already
No.
so high.
No,
You're telling me you can make the Lakers go up a little bit more, or make the Knicks and the Lakers both the 2 biggest views in the entire NBA. There's no way you would ever choose just the Lakers.
The
That's a
NBA
horrible take. There's
completely-
literally no way.
The NBA completely wants the Knicks to be good. The fact that the Knicks haven't been good not just in my lifetime, since they made the finals in '99. Since then, they've had 2 winning seasons, and one of which was 42-40.
Shout out Melo.
The fact that the Knicks have been that bad is terrible for the NBA. Like, it's New York. Like, they would love a Knicks Lakers finals or something like that. But, like,
I mean, I don't know if you could really say it's bad for the NBA
Since
because
they're
they've been
popular as
bad
hell?
for so long, and the NBA's continued to grow. I'm not
No,
even
that's
sure
fair.
you can really make that argument anymore.
that's fair, but you don't think that it would
Yeah, you have to
grow.
base it for Pilar.
You
Yes,
don't think that it
sir.
would be big for the
I
NBA?
do agree that it would be bigger.
A
It
winning
would
Knicks team.
help, but I don't
Yeah.
think you can say it's
No, that's
bad
fair.
for them.
The
I
NBA
think
is
that there's a difference.
they're the fastest growing league in, like, probably the world. They're growing ridiculous. So
For sure.
that's fair. But the fact that the Knicks have been so bad, and like it's New York City, like it's where basketball like started. They've just been so bad for so long.
It's truly
so
impressive,
sad.
yeah.
And they're gonna move down this year in a lot. They're at like 6. Then there's no way they get top 3.
Yeah, same.
Mellow
We're
or
not
something. Like,
do well either.
Can we do something here? Like, what are we talking about, man?
If
Get
I
some
had put
runs.
money on it, I'd say no,
talking about.
but
Get
that's
some
just
runs.
me.
I could see
It was so
Devers
fun.
getting a little fly ball that's a home run in only one park.
Yeah, the
It
pop.
could happen here.
A little short porcher.
Honestly, I'd take a walk to load him up for Bogarts, I guess.
Okay,
yeah.
here's a debate I always love to hear from John. Where is Devers in your ranking of third baseman in the league?
Okay,
I'm a
so you
reasonable guy. He's borderline top 5. He's not top 5, but he's certainly last year.
No, I'm fine with it. I really am.
Youngest
I'm
player
fine
in
with
the
it.
history of baseball to lead the league in extra base hits. 920 OPS as a 21-year-old. Growing
still
defense,
young. He is
progressing
still young.
defense.
That's
Well,
It's on the Adrian Beltre path defensively
Let's
and
not-
offensively.
if we're not taking youth into account, like if we're talking about who
Right.
you'd want this
strictly
year,
right now, not potential or anything involved.
He's like 7 or 8, I guess. That's like
That's
top of my
fair.
head.
I think that's fair.
Mr.
maybe
Yeah, I
9,
don't- I don't
maybe
think so.
10.
Mr. Defense first over here doesn't want that take.
Mr. Defense.
Maybe 9, 10. Like, this is where he would be around.
Okay, list people you'd have ahead.
Chapman, Rendon, Bregman, Arenado, Ryan.
No.
No for Bryant?
No for Arenado.
What?
No for
that's
Aaron.
no, no.
No.
Okay,
Oh.
I understand that
Don't
Arenado.
understand.
I understand that
Defense will-
Arenado is like overrated by like statistically, but there's no way that there's a single argument for Devers over him.
He's
No,
better
he's not.
offensively.
No, he's not. He's literally not. Not even
No.
by the very
Yes.
see that.
Yeah.
No.
He
He's
said
better
he's-
offensively.
Okay.
I would take Donaldson over
That's fair.
Devers. Justin Turner, I would take over Devers. Absolutely.
Borderline
That was
horrible take, but I guess
Faber
it's still
Candelario.
fair.
Manny
Brandon in.
Machado, I
Oh my
probably
gosh,
would
Brandon
not
in.
take.
Uh-oh.
Machado
Devers
is
wishes.
not better than Devers. What are we talking about
Machado's
here?
been a
Pick
better
random
player in his
player.
career than Devers.
Rio
has.
Ruiz is better.
Isn't
Danny Jansen, Rick Porcello.
Miguel
What are we talking about?
Andujar?
That's in the gap. Oh, that's
Get
Gardner.
No, it's not.
Get down. Oh my god.
Okay, so hey,
I think they're so fast still.
Some
He's
news
fast.
just came out about the Cardinals.
Uh-oh. Was
Is
this
it
game
good
gonna be
news?
canceled before
Well,
the
it's
end?
big for me personally because that's our next series. MLB announces Cardinals will play 4 games in Detroit Tuesday through
Oh.
Thursday, including a Wednesday doubleheader. And Milwaukee will continue its schedule as normal. The series between the Cardinals and Brewers will be made up at a later date.
MLB is doing a terrible job this season, but I do.
At every.
You have to give them a little bit of
Every-
credit for how they've been trying to throw this schedule around and fix things. 'Cause it's
Yeah,
gonna-
whoever's in charge of the scheduling has been the only.
yeah, because it's
Right
tough.
side.
Relatively.
Yeah,
Yeah,
give
we
them
just
like-
got a $17 donation from somebody.
Thank you, Rico's mom.
Somebody.
Rico's mom. Thank
Hell
you.
yeah.
Rico's mom. Hell yeah.
He's got a good mom.
Big shout out.
Big shout out to Rico's mom. But yes, you're absolutely right. Pretty much the only thing I've been impressed by is whoever's sitting at home doing all the math to figure out the scheduling. That
Yeah,
guy deserves
it's
a
tough.
raise. Everyone else
He's had a
deserves
busy
pay,
couple
but
weeks.
This dude's he's definitely lived up to the paycheck. That's for sure.
Yeah, no, like
Oh, that's a good pitch. That's
Well,
a really good pitch.
they should have been doing that. I don't think they were planning on doing it at all. until the
Yeah, he
Marlins
swings the
outbreak.
bat, and that's going
And
right into the
now
dirt.
they're gonna do
Yeah.
it like anytime there's a positive case, just like start moving things around. Like the
Yep.
Yankees, because the Yankees and Orioles should have been playing before. They should have been playing before the
Uh-oh.
yeah.
Now I'm scared what's about to happen.
So there's going to be another close to something.
Oh, no.
No.
That's gotta be
It's off the wall.
Oh!
Ooh!
Oh, it is top of the... What a
Hey!
tiny stadium. How is that off the
Hey,
wall?
Pilar.
So
Let's
much
go.
disrespect.
Play, Pilar. Good play.
Oh, yeah. Pilar, good heads-up base running for sure.
All right, on the board. Didn't get shut out. Check. Good start.
Hey, you're almost
Yeah,
halfway. You're almost
it's
halfway
a
back
knocking
up
thing.
there. It's
Figure out.
early too. You gotta love
Hell
that.
yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay, so where do you have him amongst shortstops?
I mean, like, offensively, it's tough not to have him first. Overall, like he's
Like if
probably
you were
not
to take,
top five.
if you were
He's
to
probably
take
not.
all 30 starting shortstops and it was like a draft and you were just picking which ones you wanted on your team in order, where would he rank?
That's
for
tough.
one
So, like
season.
everything included, like age, contract, that.
Just for one season.
I
You
mean,
get a 1 year.
season-
Who do you? So not age, not contract, not anything. Just strictly, how many shortstops would you take over him if you were doing like a fantasy draft for some reason?
like probably.
Amongst shortstops.
Well, fantasy draft that's different because that's
Well,
offensive.
Right. No, I meant
Okay, so-
fantasy draft in the sense
A
of
War
like.
League draft, then.
Oh,
Right.
okay. Like, I don't know, probably 4-ish, like 3 or 4 shortstops, maybe 5. Like,
So around the same
he's a
place.
log for at least probably 5. I mean, not this year, obviously, but like at least a 5-win season most years. So I don't know. Like, I would have him around the top 5. Like, I'm a realistic guy. Like, I know there's some guys out there who might be a little better. Like, they got stories and like, I guess Simmons for the defense merchant over here. But like,
Defense merchant.
Xander Bogaerts on like $18 million a year. Like, he's got a very team-friendly contract.
Yeah, I agree with
love
that.
having him locked up for the next 5-6 years.
Yeah, he is a good.
That's
Should be
definitely
same
value wise. He might be one value wise.
That was what I was gonna say.
I think
It was
Albies might be
correct,
one.
but yeah, also Albies. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. But they gotta give
I
Bogaerts
mean,
that
Acuna too in that same team.
Captain Sander.
Oh yeah, even Acuna. That
Acuna's
one is
up there.
ridiculous.
way more ridiculous, but Acuna is still 10 million. He's gonna get way more than that, like he should be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um,
I gotta say, Miggy and Pujols are up there value wise as well.
Jordan Zimmerman.
Absolutely.
Jordan Zimmerman's the worst. I don't even care. Miguel Cabrera could hit 90 this year, and I would still think Jordan Zimmerman is the worst value.
Whoa. Wait, they pulled Tanaka? I
Yeah.
guess
I assume he was on a low pitch.
sorry, he hasn't had much time. I get it.
Yeah.
It's
I just didn't realize they did. No, that makes sense. Yeah.
yeah.
He was at 51 pitches. I guess they probably said 50. Luis Avilan.
At least
What a snack our
back.
bullpen.
They have a lefty.
You got Luis Avalon in your bullpen. Yeesh.
With the new like 3 batter rule, the whole lefty thing is so gutsy because he brought in
Yeah,
Moreland, but
If he doesn't get the out on 2
Yeah.
outs,
You're
then it's
hosed, yeah.
You're in trouble.
He can't.
for the next
He's
batters,
terrible
at
at
least.
right. Who's batting after Moreland?
I think Vasquez is 6th tonight.
Yeah, so
Yeah, Vasquez 6, Verdugo 7. Yeah.
he's got to get more.
Do you guys, what do you guys think about the 3 batter rule?
I like it. As
I'm
a guy who had to witness Brad Osmus last season, I love it.
Yes. Yes.
I do
As a
think.
fellow person who
As a
watched
fellow Osmus bullpen managee,
I
I
honestly-
totally understand that.
I do
All
think that when you look like that, that all these rule changes Manfred's made to speed up the game, this will be the one that affects it the most, by far.
I agree with actually as far as pace of play,
Yeah.
for sure.
Especially
sure.
in like September. But if Manfred wants to speed up the game, he just got to cut down the commercial breaks by like 30 seconds. Then we'll be good.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
that's gonna happen.
The 3 batter rule, I think, is I mean, I'm not gonna like sit up here and complain. I'm not gonna say it's the worst thing ever, but I don't know. I found I really enjoyed the like specialist pitchers that would come in for a batter, get the out, and then get pulled. I didn't mind that at all. I thought it was a cool strategy piece. I know I sound like a boomer that wants to keep the DH in the NL too, but like I really didn't mind the like people coming in for a batter and then getting pulled. I didn't get
like
that at all.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's fine as a strategy. It does slow down the game, but I don't really care that much about speeding up the game. I think that baseball's a slow sport, and it's gonna be a slow sport. There's nothing we can really do about making baseball being a slow sport. So if you want to speed up the game so you can branch it out, that comes with marketing players and marketing the sport well. You can't just change, like, no matter what rule changes they make, unless they're gonna cut down the amount of innings they play or put in like a 5-second pitch clock, they're not going to speed up the game that much. It's going to be a 3-hour game every single time.
For sure.
So.
For sure.
What's pitch clock in the minor leagues right now?
50? 55?
I think it's sure. Man, I went to like several minor league games last year too. I'm trying to remember.
30?
I think it was 25. It was somewhere around there, but it's
kind of unnoticeable after
it's
this.
Completely unnoticeable. Like I remember I mean I'm close enough to Toledo where I go to like several Mud Hens games every year, and it's incredibly unnoticeable, and it impressed me honestly, like because I knew that this was probably. I mean, obviously, the reason they put in the minors was to test out to see if it'd be good for the majors. So, like, I've known this is kind of a thing we all have, that this is kind of a thing that's probably coming to an extent. And it was so unnoticeable, and everyone followed it like almost to a T. Like, no one seemed rushed. It really, like, there's no argument against it if you're like, even if you're a baseball purist and, you know, like, you don't want any of these changes. Like it was super unnoticeable, and I was very surprisingly impressed by how well it worked.
I think there are a good amount of rule changes that they could implement that, like, you know, the baseball purists hate that they would never notice.
Yeah, that's one of them, undoubtedly.
Yeah.
The one that I'm totally on Christian's side with. I will never be in favor of robo-umps. I am way too into framing. I think framing is an art, and I think it's a huge part of the game. And I think that at least me personally, and I would imagine most people in Diamond Digest and like diehard baseball fans would instantly notice when you would start getting those borderline calls that. And just getting rid of framing, I don't know. That's one I'll never be in favor of.
What you would easily notice is because especially with no man on base, catchers would just not care at all. So they would just just completely drop the glove, and you'd be like, "That's obviously a ball." And like, no, I do agree with you there. I'm iffy on it because like I do care. I do think framing is an art, like you said, but I never really cared about it until I joined Diamond Digest. But
which is fair. Yeah. I mean, that you're also like, I mean,
my only thing is like I don't like that in the world. Like maybe you have them. You don't have it for the regular season, but you have it for the playoffs or something. Like I don't think that the World Series can be decided because on a bad call. That's me. A 3-2
I mean, it's true.
Can literally end the World Series.
I get that.
Like, I feel the main thing, if they're not going to go robot umps, they have to hold umpires way more accountable than they have been. Like,
that's the biggest thing.
They have a great union.
I am very surprised that ball did not get down, honestly.
Yeah, that was just literally
I thought it was going to the wall at first, and I was like, wait, no, this is a terrible.
It must have been off the very end of the bat.
Yeah.
It was a great road to the ball.
Yeah,
it's so strong.
Really a great play. Made it look easy.
Yeah, like that I mean, for Jackie,
good
it's
jump
easy,
off.
but like, it's
I'm surprised he
definitely
didn't die for it for no reason.
Jackie would never. The last guy in DH and Kevin Pillar, different story. He is just TV dive merchant, but like
Terrible swing.
Sports Center top 10.
Jackie's the man.
.222 average with 2 homers. The deuces are wild with Luke Voigt.
The deuces are wild.
Deuces. Good first 2 batters for Godley.
Yeah, I mean, like I didn't want to say it and jinx anything. I'm knock on wood here, but he's had a good inning thus far.
Well, why do you think I said that?
Pitch, but it's a fastball at 88. Like that's, don't get me wrong, that's not promising.
Ivan Nova better.
I love the, like, he kind of looks like Tim Wakefield.
Yeah, Godly.
It's another BABIP type hit.
The hair and the goatee.
Not what you want to see.
That's ridiculous. It's all right. Don't let it get out of control there, Zach.
He's a barreling.
How old is Godley these days?
45.
Like 30-ish. He's a young gun, so he's the future ace. He's still a young gun.
Greinke has a no-no going for 4 innings so far.
I
Right
fully
against
believe
the
in
Angels.
jinxes, by the way. You guys believe in jinxes?
I mean, to
Hell
some
yeah.
degree. Yeah.
I mean, I'm never gonna do it. Hell yeah.
Yeah, like I
You
know
just
they
talked
don't
about
actually
Godley having a good inning, and he
happen.
gave up a hit. Of course, jinxes are real.
Yeah, like I know
There's
they don't
a
actually
perfect
like have an
example.
effect on the game, but they have an obvious effect on the game. Everything I do has an effect on the game. Like that's just
Yes, absolutely.
Exactly.
It's one of those.
good about someone's like how someone's doing. They're gonna let one pitch that's not even a bad pitch. It's always gonna be taking the yard, no matter what.
every single.
It's one of those
Without
things where
fault.
logically in my brain I know it probably doesn't, but I'm also never gonna be the person to jinx it.
Exactly,
Like it's just
Yeah.
I
It
know
won't happen,
it's
but I can't be the guy.
Probably not a correlation, but I'm not going to be the person to figure out if there is or isn't. So
Oh, exactly.
and then are we all in favor of DH in the National League?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
so
all
much better.
for it.
Should have been there since day one.
I've never understood the argument against it.
Don't even try to. It's never made sense. Yeah.
Yeah, it's never made sense to not have the DH.
It's one of those things where when you're young, you're like, oh, like it's cool to see pitchers try and hit.
Yeah.
At least for me. But
As
then
in,
like
no, because I'm an AL fan.
Right,
I couldn't imagine
exactly.
being an
We're all
NL fan
American
and,
League
like,
fans. And then at some point you just hit an age where you're like, all right, dude, I do not need to see like
No.
John Lester go up there and take 3 down the middle and then just walk back to the dugout
hit that
anymore. Like I'm
age.
very
You wasted
open.
everybody's
I
time
hit that
here.
age a couple of years ago because it was when Tanaka pulled both hamstrings running the bases, and I was like, okay,
Yeah.
this is not worth it. Like I don't care enough about
Put
seeing
your
a
foot
pitcher
down.
strike out a bunch or the opportunity to
For
not to.
both hammies running the bases.
Yeah,
That's the worst.
yikes. A rough pregame routine if you're not stretching the hammies.
Gotta stretch them. You
Because-
got it.
In Japan, they always had DH in both leagues.
Okay, Devers.
So he
Atta
never hit
boy,
in his
good
entire
play.
life.
That
And
is a
they
good
just came
play.
there and like they just had him hit.
That's your average third base play. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, playing shortstop. Man. Jesus.
It's your average middle, like mid-teens ranked third base play, I'd say. That's nice.
Lower 20s.
Legend of the game. Legend of the game.
Is Miguel Andujar a top 30 third baseman?
No.
No.
It's a 30 designated hitter either.
Oh.
He would not be a top 10 third baseman in the KBO.
Is he a top 300 player in the game right now?
I don't-
Top
Top
300?
300?
Probably.
No.
No, listen. I mean,
No.
his defense is
I don't-
atrocious, but he had a 130 weighted runs created plus. I mean, his
Yeah,
look
his,
bad, but he's got a lot of power. I mean,
his
he's still somewhat-
expected weighted on base average
that's
was
true.
not looking
yeah, the extra
anywhere
look.
near what that should
No,
have been.
because he only has 4% walk rate.
Yeah.
No, the man.
Oh.
That'll do it. Yeah.
Oh.
So he's
Disgust
the
me.
worst defender you've ever seen, and he doesn't draw walks.
Yeah, he's not
And
exactly.
he doesn't launch the ball above a 10-degree angle ever.
I don't know what a good launch angle.
Above 10.
I act like I know what I do, but I don't know what a launch angle is.
Not below 10. That's
Below
Like, you
10 is
want it
not
in like the
Judge's
20s.
on the Judge home
20s
run
and
was
the launch angle
29.
was a nice, good swing.
What's a
healthy
good
swing.
average launch angle for a hitter?
Yeah, like within 20s is a good, healthy swing. That's a good launch angle.
like a deep like line drive type home run is like low 20s.
Judge's
yeah,
just now
you
was
can get
29.
in
It
20s.
was 29 and 110 off the bat.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
if it's
those-
going
That's a
if it's
455
going
foot
like
home run.
480, it's going to be high 20s. Yeah,
Yeah, that's a 455 foot home run.
yeah.
Then launch angles within the 30s, 40s, 50s. That's just kind of like popping it up more.
yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Still
And then ground
driving,
balls are like
bro.
negative.
You could
10.
probably do a 40 and hit a home run in the short porch though.
You can hit a 40 launch angle and just you got to go on quite a few parks. It's just,
You need a 40
Yeah.
launch. No, you need a
Oh,
40
yeah,
launch
bro.
angle to hit it over the Green Monster.
yeah, those skyscrapers always.
Definitely.
Yeah.
For that
That's
little,
true.
with that tiny wall. Why is he still in? Does the
I
three
see the
batter
Statue
rule,
of Liberty
could
still.
they
Is that who you're
take
talking
out
about?
Avilan at any time now? So he's starting the fourth. Like, could they take him out at any time? But
Yes,
he ended the last
finished
inning,
the
right?
ending. He
Yeah.
could have easily. But he only threw 4
Uh,
pitches, and you have a lefty coming up pretty soon, right?
Yeah, Verdugo's
Yeah,
on deck.
Verdugo.
Doogie.
Doogie.
And it's not like Vasquez can hit a 3-run home run right now.
Moon bomb. The Moon Man. Let's see it. That was pretty nice. Can I say? Pretty
Not
nice.
an out pitch, but a good strike getter.
Pitch. Here you go, Luis. See Oliver Perez. I think he just started his 18th year, he's like the longest tenured Mexican player ever, or something like that.
Wow.
Really?
For him.
That's cool.
He looks old.
Yeah,
That man's
he's got the
gone full gray. Yeah.
He's super gray. Oh, I hate being so far ahead of you guys, but I'd actually rather be super far ahead of you guys than super far behind you.
No, I
For
would
some
prefer it
reason,
the other way around.
No, I'm sorry, that way as well. How'd you get it either super ahead or super before?
Well, I'm
Like,
on cable.
can't time it up.
My cable's super far ahead, and then when I went to my Roku, which you can like stream cable through, that was
Fancy.
that stream was super far behind, so I couldn't find like one that. Like,
Fair.
if I found one on my phone.
No, you'd be behind too.
Yeah, likely. Look at that stat.
Yeah.
Vasquez ranks in the top 2 for offensive catchers in like every category for the last year.
He's getting himself into that Real Muto Grandal conversation.
So let's rank our AL East catchers. Let's do that. That's always a fun game.
Start with Sanchez 5.
Sanchez is
You're gonna
definitely
go
two.
5-1. Vasquez 5, okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Pedro Severino 4.
Solid.
Mike Zunino 3. Danny Jansen 2, and then Christian Vasquez 1.
Oh, you said Vasquez.
You said
5.
Vasquez 5.
Oh, did I miss Sanchez?
Oh, okay, all right. I fully support
I
that.
was like, wow, he's about to put Gary at 1. What are we talking about?
That's what I was waiting for. I was like, I heard the
Gary
answer.
Sanchez-
It goes Gary 5.
There you go.
The Gary
and
Sanchez
Pedro Severino
disrespect,
4.
Top, where do you have Gary in your AL East?
In the
catcher
AL
standing?
East, he's definitely 2, and there is an argument for 1, but he's definitely 2.
Not a good argument.
Jansen's better.
I want to know he's looked a lot better framing this year. I don't know if he'll have a big enough sample size by the end of the year to even.
No, not at all.
But
I mean, Vasquez
he has
is
looked
better.
a lot better.
Yeah, he's
Vasquez
a
is
much better
definitely
defender.
Okay,
The
so
hitting
let's-
Jansen probably is.
Let's do what we were asking John about with Gary then. Where do you have Gary in your MLB catcher rankings? Where would Gary float around?
Definitely top 10.
Oh,
Like bottom
Christian's gonna
part
be
of 10
sick.
or like
Yeah, probably
floating
like
5,
8 through 10.
8 through 10?
Because
Sure.
like in the end, I mean, I kind of he's so powerful. Like he isn't the I don't think he's the best.
Make him a
catcher,
DH then. Defense matters.
but I think he's been framing
Defense
a lot
merge.
better this year. That's why
He's 8. I have him at 8.
Oh, there
Hey,
you go.
Fine. Like,
There
I'm
you
fine.
go.
I'm fine with
that.
the eighth best catcher in baseball for my 7th hitter. Like, if he was not on the Yankees, and then I think he would be more like, and he's scrutinized a ton. But if he was on the Yankees, he would be more important in the lineup. Like at this point, he hit 34 home runs in like 100 games last year. So I'm fine with that as your 7th hitter, even if he's gonna have like a 320 on base or something like that. Like that much power is just okay.
Yeah, as well. Yeah, if you're that's totally
defense.
fair. Honestly, OBP for a 7th hitter, like if he's you're right. You're totally right. If he's hitting 35 bombs out of the 7th spot, his OBP doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it don't need to be low.
I think that's fine.
Down goes
If he can play serviceable defense, I'm very
horrendous 2 cuts.
But yeah, he definitely needs to step up. He needs to step it up on both sides, but definitely defense. Because if he can hit 35 home runs and be a solid defender, that's fantastic. Like,
yeah, I don't think he'll ever be a solid defender. If I'm gonna be real with you,
I hope so.
he can only help he wants. He can become an average defender, but I don't think he'll ever be above average in that regard. His bat has the highest potential of any catcher, but it never lived that potential, and he's just he's slow, so it's hard for him to get extra base hits.
2017.
Doesn't walk much, strikes out a lot.
He's the streakiest hitter
ever.
Yeah,
I have maybe ever seen.
When he's hot, he's insane. He just hits a home run like every time he's up, and then when he literally looks awful at the plate. Like literally
he looks out of place.
On opening day, like you can instantly like snatch like okay, he's cold right now. Like he just looks so lost. But again, like I'm okay with that kind of streakiness as a 7 hitter. But if he was on a team that needed him to be consistently a good hitter, he would be
right.
Like
that's fair.
Yeah, I wouldn't want him to be my 3 hitter. Like that would be
right.
Scary from a 3 spot. But from a 7 spot, it's like the best 7 hitter in baseball, or maybe not whoever the Dodgers have. Okay, good inning, Luis.
A 7 hitter in baseball. I'm trying to think of something.
I can't think of who the other 7 hitters are. And he'll lead off the next inning. Well, who's the Dodgers 7 hitter?
So you got Betts, Matsu, Bellinger, Kike, Seager, Will Smith, Turner. I don't know. Who's the best 7th though? Probably Kike Hernandez or Chris Taylor, one of those guys. Maybe you have AJ Pollock DHing for them at 7. That seems reasonable.
All right, let's go. The God, man. I'm feeling good. He's getting back on track. The Godfather.
We're feeling him today, huh?
Yeah, it's all right. Couple bad pitches, but it's still the stuff's there. He's gonna get us through a couple more innings here. I have faith.
Be more worried about the offense at this point.
Yeah, getting shut out by Luis Avila, not great.
Some would say.
Most would probably say. I would imagine.
Zach Greinke's no-hitter is still intact, by the way, going into the 5th.
Going into 5 or through 5?
Going into 5. It's bottom 5 now. Actually, a perfect game.
What inning are we entering?
You said it's a perfect game?
Bottom 4.
Yeah, through 4 innings.
Oh, okay, I guess. I mean, I don't know. 4 is like, that's where you start kind of looking around like,
yeah, like,
I feel like once you get through 4, you got through the top third of the order twice. So I think
Rendon went down on 1 pitch, unfortunately, his second at bat. So now what you want to see.
Once you get through 5 is when I really am like, okay.
That's a hard hit. That's right to Bregman. It is super weird having the fake fans in the stands. I gotta
hate
admit.
it. But why don't they have it behind home plate, but they have it in like
Yeah, it
which
does.
makes no
Yeah.
sense.
Well, I guess because behind home plate, you're gonna have the cutouts. Well, maybe not Yankee
Yeah,
Stadium, but
Yeah, why do the Yankees hate fun, Cop? Can you
I
answer
don't
that
know.
question?
Because Randy Levine probably. I don't know. He's always involved with
They
hating
hate
things.
fun. No
It's
facial
so
hair, no
annoying.
cutouts, no fun allowed.
I cannot imagine living a life
I
without facial hair.
genuinely hate Randy Levine. I think he said something a couple years ago that was pretty much along the lines of like when they talk about like luxury seating and he didn't want like poor people to have access to like some of the best seating or something like that. Like I hate him. I think he's such a bad face. And then like during arbitration with Betances, he is the one who argued for the Yankees, even though he knows absolutely nothing about baseball and just like brought up these ridiculous stats and pretty much told Betances that he sucks to his face. So Betances just felt completely slighted by the team.
Well, it's a reasonable
Yeah.
take.
Yeah.
Betances was always gonna leave.
Yeah, I wanted him. I'm still upset that they let him go. Like he's not doing great in with the Mets because he just his velocity is slow right now. But
Right.
He was there for a while, yeah.
the Yankees,
Yeah.
he was their longest tenured player besides Gardner.
Wow, yeah. Yeah, that'll do it.
I think I'm back. Am I back?
You are
Yeah,
right.
you're
you
back,
are.
baby. Better than
Hell
ever.
yeah. Just in time for Zach Godley to walk somebody.
So the
Yeah.
craziest stat about like longest tenured players is by far has to be like this season the longest tenured Blue Jays rookie eligible. That has to be
Yeah, that's
the
great.
way. Anthony Alford is technically still rookie eligible, even though he's been off like 3 different seasons. He's been in the majors, but he hasn't played more than like 50 games in any of those years.
Oh, rookie
So he's
eligibility.
technically rookie eligible, and he's the longest tenured player. Remember when he was like
Come on, keep going.
supposed to be the future of center field? That was a fun time.
Man, yeah.
Him and
Pompey.
Margot both.
Oh, yeah.
man.
Yeah. Even Margot.
People
yeah.
always linked him and Margot together. It's like, and then Buxton obviously was in that. Oh,
Oh, that was a good pitch too. Change up the lower half.
Oh man,
Good.
See, August Gary.
that reminded me of a certain fly out in a playoff game by the same.
Yeah,
Bro,
literally.
Gave me a little.
What is the point of
Gave me
bringing
a
that
little
up
bit
right
of.
now? What is the point of bringing that up right now?
There? It looked a lot like that.
That was just an anxiety-ridden moment. As soon as that ball left that bat, I was like, oh my god, here we go.
I hated that series so much.
That's as an outsider, that was phenomenal. That doesn't like either of you.
Going back,
That was incredible.
I was so
Was a
confident
wild, yeah.
after. Oh, I was so confident after game 2. Like they killed Price. I was like, they're going back to New York. They're gonna get it done in New York, and then like.
What
Severino forgot what time the game
started. Oh no!
I blame Larry Rothschild for that. I blame Larry Rothschild for everything. Who started game 4? Was that Hap? Did Hap start game 4?
Wait, did I not hit him?
I don't think so.
Did it?
No, I was saying yes to Hap starting game 4.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, that was not a good year. Looking at how good Gray's doing.
Imagine making the playoffs and saying that was not a good year.
That was not a good series.
Yeah.
Dude, they won 100 games that year. Yeah, I don't think I'm allowed to say it's not a good year. But
ridiculous.
Dude, but looking at Sonny Gray in Cincinnati, I hate Larry Rothschild so much. Like I completely blame him for Gray doing so bad in New York. He just tried to change the pitcher he was, and that was just
been good everywhere else.
Yeah,
I blame the Yankees fans and the media. I'm not. The Rothschild's not taking the heat for this. This is your fault and the media's fault.
Adam Copley, this is your fault.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, man.
No, it's all the Yankees fans.
Pitching in New York is beyond tough. Like the amount of hate that you get, especially if you struggle. But if you look at just like the numbers and like pitch percentages, I think it was his slider, which was like his best pitch in Oakland. They just told him to stop throwing it and throw more fastballs, which he didn't do that well. And like it's a direct correlation between his slider percentage and him pitching well. But at the same time, it was weird how good he was on the road and how bad he was at home. I think like 2018 he had like the best, or 2017, the end of 2017 he had like the best road ERA in baseball and like the worst home ERA. Oh crap!
Perfect game now into the sixth inning.
For Greinke. Shit.
Yeah.
That Angels offense is lethal.
Oh my God, Godly.
How does he not?
Whoa.
Jesus.
What is happening?
What a terrible throw!
He's
What
safe.
was that throw? Why did he throw like this?
Sanders like, I don't know what the hell happened.
Whoa.
What was Urshela
You're
doing?
just like,
What's Urshela
opposite. What are
thinking?
you doing?
Why are you going?
Yeah, someone should be yelling at him. That's not his fault. Someone should be screaming at him. What do we step off, step off, step off? I learned that when I was 8.
Still,
what are we
what
talking
was this
about?
throw?
Wake up.
He like shoved it.
The throw
Grade
wasn't
4,
great.
man. That's grade
Throw
4.
wasn't great. Throw wasn't great.
His throw was not much better, if we're being honest here.
Ooh, the Matza man's coming back. I didn't know he'd made the. He's back on the 30
He
man.
looks just like Zach Godley. I don't know who that
All
is.
over
Literally Zach Godley.
A little heavier set guys, longer hair, some facial hair. Usually suck at baseball.
The Boston and
You do.
Is there a long hair, long beard guy that's good at baseball?
Blackman.
Well, he's good at half of baseball.
True. Fair.
Like
trying
beard
to think.
hair's tough.
I'm trying. I'm just thinking historically now at this point.
I mean, like, yeah, because every guy I'm about to say, I'm like, you had one or the other.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point. It's not usually a good combo. I think Andrew
Jason Worth.
Oh, yeah, it's a good one. Jason Worth, yeah.
Did he ever
Yeah.
have that long of a beard though?
Jason
Oh,
Worth?
yeah.
Oh,
Listen,
yeah, you're right.
late
You're
in
right.
his
You're
career
totally
in
right.
was it Philly or Washington? It was just,
Justin
like,
Turner
down
as
the
well,
shit.
then in the same
Yeah,
regard.
Turner's got
Turner's
the
fair.
curls, yeah.
Turner's good.
Yeah, he had a flow back in the day.
Brian Wilson,
Yeah, I was going to say that, but he didn't
Johnny
have the hair.
Damon?
the Fear the Beard.
Damon, yeah,
Damon.
Red Sox Damon for sure.
Red Sox Damon.
Yeah.
What was the saying about him? Looks like Jesus, feels like Mary. Then when Mary cut him off.
Yeah, that was like, I think 13 years ago, like a week ago. That's
How many bearded great players, you know?
That's why the Yankees don't allow beards.
that must
can't-
be
you
it.
can't be
Not
great
many
with a beard.
great Yankees lately, rather, though. So
Also fair. But yeah, that's been a lot of great beard havers.
Yankees a poverty franchise.
I can't.
That just not winning in a
uh,
decade.
yeah, I mean,
Oh my god.
The first decade that I start like religiously watching sports is the first decade in 100 years that the Yankees don't make the World Series.
They spend $2+ billion over the decade to go to and win 0 World Series.
These are facts. I can't argue with facts.
$2 billion
Billion.
wins.
With a
Tough
billion.
math.
Was it
You
Billy?
don't like to see it?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Not a great day for Zach Gallen.
Yeah, I'm not having as much fun as I thought I would. I think that's probably it.
yeah,
we
we
gotta
gotta get them signal into the pen. It's gonna
This
be a
guy-
night.
Also making
Give
his
him
Red
the-
Sox
Give him the
debut.
hook.
Look,
Like
if,
every
if
single
the reliever
base.
gets out of the innings, only 5 runs. That's a good.
It's
Godly
accurate
start.
with my prediction. I said into
Yeah.
the 4th or 5th.
That's only if
5 runs.
Mazza gets out of this inning. If he gives up the 7, then
Like I said, I don't think Watts has thrown a
Yes.
pitch for us this year, so this
not the best.
will be an interesting.
At least it's only LeMahieu, Judge, Torres.
LeMahieu sucks. Just get him, get one on the ground.
Yeah.
We'll get
Torres is only good against Baltimore anyway.
literally.
True.
These are
Judge is gonna get
facts.
hurt walking up to the plate. I'm not worried.
Orioles merchant.
Orioles merchant.
You go deep against Orioles? Yeah, right.
Probably. Like, is the sky
had a
blue?
little-
What
he
are we
had a
talking
slow
about
start.
here?
Torres is very much like I do think he's a bit overrated, especially by Yankee fans. But because his numbers aren't insane, but he's only 23, so he's gonna be.
Where do you have
traded him? You should have traded him for Matt Boyd when you had the chance. Bro, honestly,
should have traded him for Michael Fulmer when we had the chance.
Michael Fulmer, yeah.
Okay.
Yikes.
Yikes.
The Michael Fulmer, Matt Boyd is just the Michael Fulmer situation again, and the Tigers not messing it up again.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Literally.
It's not fun. I can't wait for when we do this broadcast. Peter and I are doing an Indians Tigers game. That's going to be electric, and I'm sure we'll get into all of the the misfortunes of both of our front offices.
The entire time will just be both of you guys just complaining.
Literally,
not
paying. This guy
Literally.
sucks.
Both fully expecting to lose the game.
Yeah, the whole time.
Zero expectations on either side.
Yelled like 10-0. Like this, they're gonna play.
Yeah, we're gonna lose. It's happening.
There's no way we hold this one. Oh man.
Tigers bullpen looks phenomenal so far this year, though.
I feel like the virtual fans in MLB The Show are way better than the virtual fans during this. Like they seem like
I thought
more
it was
real.
the same.
What?
Isn't it the same fans?
I think so. It just for some reason like
I think it probably just looks a lot worse just because
this is real
it's
life and not a video
cartoon
game.
fake fans in a real world and not cartoon fake fans in a
Yeah,
fake world.
That's a very fair point.
Reasonable take.
Let's see Judge, the second best 99 in this game, Aaron Judge.
Looking like it's about to get blown.
Who's 99 on the
yeah.
Sox?
Doogie's
Yes.
99.
It will. Is there a mercy rule? Does HotMic post a mercy rule if we start losing by 10? I get put out by suffering.
We can make a mercy rule for you, John.
The HotMic. No, I have faith. I have faith. The Matzo Man's going to get us through this one, and we're still in it.
The Matzo Man.
Hell yeah.
But it got a nice delivery. He hides it a lot.
That's about all he's really good at. But
Yeah, it's
Good
about the
pitch,
end of
good
the.
He can
pitch.
hide it, but then he'll.
Okay, but he's
then
got
it ends up
stirrups,
right down the middle.
so he's a legend because he's got stirrups.
easy legend.
Instant legend when you got stirrups on.
The
That's
Matzo
true.
Man. Come on. On the ground.
Where's DJ in second baseman, Cop?
28th.
Okay.
I mean,
Well, obviously
if we're
that's
basing
not
like
true.
it like depends. If we're basing like last three, like going forward, there are definitely other guys because he's 31. But like for this year, he's probably top 5. I mean,
Yeah, I'm only talking one
Altuve.
season, not like build your team around
Yeah,
set, but just like
for this
if
year.
this season was 162 and we rewound back to March
Yeah,
and
no,
you
I
had
think-
to rank
I
all
mean,
the
they're very.
second
I
basemen.
mean, because the thing was he wasn't just like a slap hitter last year. I mean, like his on base was like 380 something, and he had a good amount of pop. So like he was able to be like.
Yeah, DJ.
Blowing away there.
I was waving by to DJ.
Yeah.
No, yeah. So I mean,
Have a
probably
nice night.
Altuve. Like Altuve is. Is Albies a second baseman? Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would
so-
still consider him second.
So, yeah,
Albies.
so-
Swanson plays shorts, right? Like,
Yeah.
So Albies and Altuve are probably the only two I take over him. Off the top of my head, at least.
Tell Marte.
It depends on where we put Marte. I take him. I think he's a better player, but I don't know where we can. What position?
I think you would rule in that second base over center field at this point.
We probably say then I would take him.
strike.
Slider's working.
What about Dustin Pedroia?
I would still take Pedroia over LeMahieu,
Love
even in
Dustin
his
Pedroia.
current state
I
with
wrote
a
it-
dead guy's knee in his
I
body.
wrote an article
I'd
for the Great
still-
Diamond Digest website, as like a love letter to Dustin Pedroia when he announced his retirement or not. Announced
He's
retirement.
never retiring. That
When
guy
he
will
got
never.
hurt.
He's going to be
I love
60
Dustin
with
Pedroia
in a
so
wheelchair.
much.
He's going to try and play.
The man is just a great player.
The Laser Show.
I love the Laser Show. It's sad that it didn't get to go longer, but like, it only didn't because he went so hard when he played. Like he just balled so hard for every game.
It's an
He's bound to have a
MVP
short
winner at
career.
second base, man. That's crazy.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Don't see that very
That's
often in
that's the
baseball
man.
lore.
They'll take him over LeMahieu in 2020.
Do you think we'll? Oh, wait, we had Altuve as well, huh?
Yeah. You wouldn't take Altuve?
About MVPs,
Oh.
second base.
Oh yeah.
Well, he didn't actually win MVP.
So, although Greinke has a perfect game through 5 so far,
You guys try to jinx it so hard.
Yeah, perfect game
Griffin
through
Canning
5.
has a shutout
That's
through
15
6.
batters.
So I am more than happy. So
Reasonable. Jeez.
Dustin Pedroia, a
Pedroia.
Hall of Famer.
No,
he got
unfortunately.
close. Machado ruined it.
Yeah,
That's
literally.
bases loaded.
This isn't good.
Yeah, but it's Glaber, and it's not against the.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why I thought it was Stan.
Yeah,
Like,
I
it's
thought it was
still
Stan.
not good.
Man, this is a Baltimore merchant. He has a below league average OPS against non-Baltimore teams.
Baltimore
Yeah, we are
merchant.
Baltimore. Baltimore merchant. Glaber, man.
Absolutely.
Like, we're Baltimore too now, so like you can't rule it out.
It's gonna
You are Baltimore.
absolute merchant.
Chris Mazza could pitch for Baltimore.
Lots of sticks, baby.
All right, what do you guys think is going to happen this bet?
Not something good for me.
Call it now.
I'm taking a ground out to third to end the inning.
I say either a strikeout or a walk.
I got a nice fly out,
saying
a
a-
deep fly out.
I'm seeing a line drive over the second baseman said scores 2.
I'd be down with that.
You suck bag. Don't hope for that.
Speak it into existence, Chris.
Yeah, don't do that.
Or a pop out catcher.
I just want to get Godly off the hook here. Come on now.
Yeah, right. You really gotta let the brother breathe.
Get the Godfather off the hook. Come on now.
Off the hook, he gave up 5 through 3 and 2.
Yeah, but like relative to Red Sox rotation off the hook.
And he is free.
Who had that? Who had deep pop out? Who had that?
That's you.
I
Well,
like
deep
it,
in
I
Yankee
like it.
Stadium, that's more shallow anywhere else. but-
Deep, yeah.
Yeah, that's a deep pop out. That's fine.
Yeah.
Easy money. I told you. Never worry. The Godfather's off the
Although
hook.
Greinke has perfect game through 5, he only has 3 Ks right now, so it's not like we're not.
What's his pitch count at?
60
Through 5?
through 5. Starting
Not
the
bad.
6th right now.
See-
Now he's at really good pace.
Not
Yeah,
bad at
get
all.
that
As
sucker
we
up
speak
somehow too,
about
man.
As we talk about Yankee Stadium being a Little League park, Angel Stadium is literally the deepest point in Yankee Stadium.
Here
Is
we
deeper
go.
than Angel Stadium. Left center and right center are both deeper at Yankee Stadium, and the down the lines are where it's deeper at Angel Stadium.
Well,
Besides
that's the point. It's
Yeah,
so
we're just-
tiny down the lines.
yeah, but I'm saying like left center, right center is still pretty deep at Yankee Stadium.
All you gotta do is pull a ball as an either-handed hitter, and it doesn't even have to be
That's
well
true.
hit. It's gone.
Good thing both teams can
Not
do it.
one, 2 short porches.
Angel Stadium got a lot smaller when they cut the scoreboard thing in half, technically.
Yankee Stadium.
Comerica better.
Yankee Stadium.
Thing is massive.
Yankee
Showed
Stadium
up
I
as
doesn't
hell.
love
have
it,
any,
dude.
like,
I seriously,
weird-
I love it. I love it. I
It's-
love that
It's
other
going to be
people
great
hate
for
it
you guys
too.
now because you're going to go into a pitching era of Detroit.
Yeah.
Oh,
You have
for
super
sure.
heavy pitching
Yeah.
For
prospects now.
sure,
But
gonna
wait,
play to our. But also, even in like the 10 to 14 era, like it did not like Miguel Cabrera led the league in home runs 3 times in that span. Like Prince Fielder still got his. Like it really didn't.
But wouldn't
It
you
wasn't
rather-
like it
I
wasn't
feel like it hurt
was-
the middlemen more than it hurt those guys.
Wouldn't you?
What, like the Johnny Peralta still had a 30 home run season?
Yeah,
like,
I'm saying, but like the doubles hitters, like if they're at Angel Stadium, maybe they,
Castellanos, for sure.
yeah, like he goes from 25 homers to maybe getting 30, 32.
Undoubtedly.
Scott,
But
wouldn't you
Castellanos
rather-
was like on pace to break like the single season doubles record before we traded.
Yeah, but you'd rather him have
No,
30.
no. I'm not justifying it. I'm just saying, yeah, you're absolutely right.
But Scott, wouldn't you rather have a really good lineup and solid pitching if you're in a big pitcher's park? Because having good pitching in a pitcher's park kind of just you're playing your own strength. You have a good you have a good lineup that can make up for playing in a pitcher's park and have solid pitching, then it's kind of better. Like I'd rather
For sure.
the Yankees have a solid lineup. And
No, I get that. But also in the same breath, like having good pitching in an already pitcher's park is just gonna make that like on steroids. You know what I mean? I get what you're saying for sure. Like
No, yeah,
ideally, if I had to choose one or the two, but like I'm not gonna be mad about like the most promise this rotation has had since like the 70s, and like I'm not going to be mad that it just happens to be in the biggest stadium in all baseball. Like, I mean, that's sick.
Who is pitching right now?
Nick Nelson making his MLB debut.
Sure. Shout out Nick Nelson.
Strong fastball there, that's for sure.
Taylor
he
Ward
blew away the
singles.
tsunami.
Chris.
The tsunami.
Perfect game gone.
Ma boo.
That's
Taylor
not rooting for a
Ward
perfect
with the
game.
bases.
Dude, it's so weird. If you go into MLB at bat app, there's 5 games postponed right now.
And only one of them is due to weather.
Yeah.
Ours is the only one that's. All the others are Corona.
Yeah, 2 of them are Phillies, Blue Jays, and then one's Nationals, Marlins, and one's Cardinals, Brewers.
The one great news about the status, I mean, relatively speaking, great news, but great news about like the continuation of the season is that the Brewers and Cardinals are both about to start playing again.
So they had the Marlins scheduled for Tuesday?
I'll believe it when I see it, to be honest, as far as the Marlins go. Marlins and Marlins and actually just the Marlins. The Phillies, I think, are going to start playing again too.
Yeah, they think they had false positives, so that would certainly progress.
Yeah, they only had a couple of
I think Yankees, Phillies they're starting.
Soto still believes he was false positive the entire time.
Yeah, so that's a weird
really weird one. Yeah.
The Yankees have a 4-game set against the Phillies, and then they're playing 4 games against the Rays from Friday to Sunday. So they've scheduled a scheduled doubleheader without a rainout rain. This year's just like so weird. Like, so because they wanted to get the Phillies games in from last week, they pushed the Ray game one day, so they do the 2 7-inning doubleheaders. It's kind of cool.
2020 is wild, man. 2020 is just
doubleheader
different.
I completely support the 7-inning doubleheader rule.
You're what?
I'm in complete support of the 7-inning doubleheader for this year.
Yeah, I mean, I totally get why they're
this year.
For this year, it's ridiculous any other year, but for this year, I mean,
absolutely.
You can't burn through all your pitching. I mean, you just can't. It's not fair.
Yeah,
it's the same reason they're doing the man on second rule.
Yeah.
I want to know. Somebody tweeted. It might have been JF or Passan. I don't remember, but somebody tweeted if someone throws a no hitter through 7, is that going to count in the baseball?
They said no. I believe Elias said no.
Elias said it has to be through 9.
It has to be 9.
Yeah, but a no hitter and even a perfect game can happen with the team losing. They said that too.
Well, yeah, because
you get a team error anyway, so it shouldn't count as a perfect game.
No, because they don't count. I don't think does your team get an error, or do they just count it as an?
Yeah, it counts as a team
error, but it doesn't get assigned to anybody.
I'm pretty sure MLB went back on what Elias said, and then Elias agreed with him. You can't.
Oh, I like that. That would have been so.
The likelihood that it ever happens.
Very, very low, but that would have been crazy if you lost the person. That's something that would happen to Jacob DeGrom.
Literally.
It absolutely would happen to Jacob DeGrom.
It would.
Mike Trout, even. It would happen to somehow.
I could see Mike Trout throwing a perfect.
He did in high school. Mookie Betts couldn't do that.
How many rings does Mike Trout have? I don't want to hear.
Hey, that's back-to-back singles for the Angels, just so you know. That person game's long gone.
Long gone.
He says, how many rings does Mike Trout have?
Just 1 ring to his wife.
Oh man, what a line!
Boo.
John
Oh.
booing marriage now.
Anti-marriage.
That's a reasonable
Oh.
take, John.
He's got
Beckham Aaron Trout, I still think is a good name. Very good,
Back.
solid name.
Beckham is not a solid name.
I don't like it. I don't dislike Beckham. Like, there's nothing wrong with
I
Beckham.
fully dislike Beckham. I don't see a positive in the name Beckham.
I don't see.
I'd like to know why. I want to know why.
Just why.
Why not?
Valid.
That's the answer
You
to the
can't
question.
argue against one.
I mean, he's got you there. You gotta be there.
I truly did.
Yeah, I don't know. He's supposed to come back tomorrow, though, right?
That's a hopeful, yeah.
They said
I'd
his
like that.
paternity leave was up today, and he was supposed to be back.
He can just stay longer if he wants. That's very possible for him.
Angels are used to him missing like 15 to 20% of the season, anyways.
Yeah.
Good inning for Nicholas now.
Yeah, not great. I feel like it doesn't feel like we're in this ball game. It's 5-2, but it kind of just feels like it's 10-2 and the game's already over.
Yeah, this feels long. Like, this feels wide open.
It's not too. Yeah, like we are. It's 2 hours into this game, and it's the middle of the fifth.
The Angels were down
It's not
5
even that
yesterday
high
at one
scoring
point, and I
either.
was
It's
like,
just-
we're winning this game. And we came back, and the bullpen blew it again. I was like, oh, okay, well.
Shocker.
It's not even a ridiculously high scoring game right now. Like 5 runs came on a grand slam after like back to back hits. So it wasn't like.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
Well,
know
that
why
fourth
it's-
inning was long with Godley loading the bases and Mata coming
Yeah.
in. Like that turned into a
Yeah.
really long inning.
And Tanaka's a slow worker too.
I think that's why I feel so open, because your starter's already gone in the fourth, so it's your bullpen's going to be.
Once they
Like so was theirs. Like I don't know.
Yeah, but they have a good bullpen.
Our bullpen's not bad
Compared
at
to the
all.
Yankees, then.
They don't have. We both don't have our best relievers right now. That cancels
Chapman's
those
back.
out.
Chapman came back.
You don't have our second best reliever right now.
Who's your best reliever?
Darwin's in easily.
Okay, well,
Well,
he would be the Yankees' like 5th best reliever.
Hanley's out for the year. Which
Probably
is super
third.
disappointing. I feel
Okay,
so,
wait.
man, I feel so bad for Canley because he's such a fun player and like seems like a really.
He's not better than
good
Green,
guy.
not better than Chapman.
Yes.
And then
No.
he's not better than
Chapman
Green
and Ottavino were better than him. That's it.
Person had a better ERA, if that's what you're going to base it
I
off
think
of.
Green's the
I mean,
best.
Hernandez wasn't even up for a full year and looked nasty or has way higher K percentage. Like, he is going to be dominant. He is better than frickin' Zach Britton.
I don't know. Zach Britton has been pretty dominant his entire career.
Britton is the biggest analytical outlier, like because he
Yeah.
doesn't have. He has a pretty high, not that high, but he walks a good amount of guys. Doesn't strike out that many, but he gets an obscene amount of ground balls that just cancels out.
Like 95%, right?
It's something
Ground ball.
insane. Like it's like I think it's like 70% ground ball rate. Like, it's something like that doesn't seem sustainable, but has been sustainable his entire career. So,
I remember him
spin
giving
all
up
that
a
is
home
terrible,
run
but, like,
in the ALDS to Christian Vasquez. I do
don't
remember that.
recall.
That wasn't a ground ball.
Do you recall that? I really don't recall that.
The moon shot at Yankee Stadium that went like
Well, I
320.
You remember the
Last
Brock Holt cycle?
That was awesome, man. Still the only cycle in
That
playoff
series
history.
did not happen. Interestingly enough, both 2018 and 2004, the Yankees and Red Sox were supposed to play each other, but the series never happened, and like they just got
Just
canceled.
never happened.
So the last time they played each
Crazy.
other, the last Yankee Red Sox playoff game was actually Aaron Boone's.
That was definitely the last series the Yankees won against the Red Sox. You got that right.
I remember.
Yikes. Like, imagine giving your manager a job because he literally had one hit in his career of value. Like, this is our guy. He had one hit for us. He has to be our
Good.
natural-born leader. Like,
I
oh,
really
stupid
like Boone.
franchise.
I think Boone's a great man. I mean, baseball man.
He's turned out well, but the whole process of him getting the
process was
job
kind of dumb.
was
He was not qualified.
sickening.
But
Sickening.
yeah, he was not qualified at all. But I mean, he's had some really fun ejections, and they've won 100 games each of his first 2 years, so I can't complain about that.
I mean, yeah, managing Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton, Garrett Cole, that's like a really tough thing to do, man. Like, I'm impressed.
Not
Being
to
a manager
mention,
is
just
ridiculously
managing
easy.
itself is not a hard thing to do.
No, it's not.
Major League.
Besides that, too,
Especially when you have an analytical department that's literally doing every single decision.
Should be at least.
Boone literally just listens to the analytics, and that's pretty much it. The analytic department tells Cashman what to do, and Cashman tells Boone what to do, and then all I need from him after that is to have like fun ejections, and he has that. So at that point, he's the perfect manager, and he's like
kind of missed that this year that there won't be any ejections because like they can't really get up in the umpire's face. So I mean, there will be, but like not to the same extent.
I was surprised Trout got up in that one umpire's face.
That was surprising. Yeah.
Like Trout with an attitude problem. Whoa.
Look at Stanton with the
clubhouse
problem.
Yeah, I kind of like that. I haven't seen that he's growing the hair out. That's sick.
Love that for Stanton, honestly. Yeah. I didn't know he had hair, to be honest.
Yeah.
He's never possible for him.
It's really curly. I like it a lot.
I'm surprised the Yankees haven't forced him to shave his head yet.
Literally.
No, sir. Bros are very much okay for the Yankees, including the shirt I'm wearing, which is Oscar Gamble's silhouette. That was a throw. That was a New York Yankee.
Yeah, I guess it's cool for that.
Did they not make Andrew McCutcheon cut his locks, or did he cut it in Pittsburgh?
No. He cut him in with San Francisco.
I feel like it was like a new team, new me kind of vibe.
Yeah.
I love Cutch, man.
He got a pro himself now too, right?
Huh?
McCutcheon?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think so. Yeah. That picture I think was recently, at least, that I saw. Yeah.
Iconic. 2-0 Angels, by the way.
Oh my god. The Greinke perfect game could not be more gone.
Yeah, it's long gone. Ryan Goodman with another double. You can't defeat his smile. The Nipsey cleats he has.
The Nipsey cleats.
Yeah, those are so hard.
It's half Nipsey, half Kobe. It's so hard.
They're sick.
Mike Trout might not have a job when he comes back from his kid.
Yeah, apparently. This man
Brian Goodwin taking that spot. Brian Goodwin better than Mike Trout.
Honestly.
Diamond Digest quiz. When was the last time the Yankees and Red Sox met each other in the postseason aside from 2018 and 04?
2003.
03.
Yeah.
The last time the Yankees have won a series against the Red Sox in the playoffs, almost 2 decades ago.
Interesting question there.
03, yeah. Hey, that's where the manager's one hit was, too.
Yeah, literally singular hit.
Hockman with another Babbitt base hit.
Yeah, that was rough. Ban the shift.
Ban the shift. That's all you got to do.
That's all you got.
They had the second baseman playing pretty far over, but the shortstop playing on the left side of the bag still. I don't know. Weird shit. August Berry.
Like,
if he's playing straight up, he's getting to that ball. Absolutely.
Yeah.
He should. Lynn's pretty fast, too. He's pretty rangy.
It's Gary, though. It doesn't really matter. It might as well intentionally walk the guy to face Gary right now.
That's true. He does have his first hit of the season against us. I gotta refrain my slander until
know what month
later.
It is? Do you or do you not know what month it is?
It is the turn of the
August.
The calendar
double his OPS,
which is crazy.
Well, if he doubles his OPS from last month, I think he'd have like a .15 this.
Yeah.
Baby steps.
Yeah.
You could quadruple it and it'd be like 600.
I think it'd be less. I think it'd be like.
Oh yeah, his OPS was like 63. You could quadruple it and it would be
40.
really, really bad.
This man, his cheeks. Oh my goodness.
Absolutely.
That Gary's not so scary.
This is like the Kraken in Pirates of the Caribbean 3 when I got put down. Like, he does not look good at all.
Oh my
Seattle
god.
Kraken
Beat
greater than Gary Sanchez. They don't even have any players yet.
It's true. You
I
can't
can't
deny.
argue with that logic. Like,
How obvious was it that they were going to partner with Kraken like the liquor? I saw that they officially announced partnered with Kraken.
I mean, it's smart.
Probably
I mean, it's
Yeah,
smart.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, no brainer for sure.
Could have told you that was coming. Yeah. What are you doing here, Gerald Sanchez? Get on with it.
The Yankees are begging the Tigers for Austin Romine back. I can hear it now.
yeah.
Sanchez for Romine straight up. Who says
no? It's the Tigers. Tigers.
Jesus. Almost pickoff threw into row J. That wouldn't have been great.
Keep Orland honest. We're fine. We're fine.
Yeah, at least
row J.
That was Tavis. That indeed is in row J. Come on, Monster Sticks, man. You got this.
Chris Bryant scratched for gastrointestinal
I just
issues.
saw that.
That can't be good.
Some Taco Bell last night. He's out of the game today.
That's a fancy way of saying he has the shits, I guess.
Easy as that, yeah.
That's tough. Is it Talkman? Who's on
Did you
base?
just say Vasco is the helmet or something?
He might have on that follow through. Looks a little shaken up.
Looks like it.
Oh, yeah, relax with the bat there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hey.
Mason Rudolph or Gary Sanchez.
Joe West has entered the chat.
Yeah, that was crazy, man. Poor Joe West for once.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not a bad person. Yes, but
Nice save. Oh, he is.
Definitely
what a terrible throw.
That was good. That was a good throw and tag. What are you talking about? What was wrong with the throw? It was right there.
It bounced to the left,
No, his hop time could have been faster, but the throw was not bad.
Oh, the throw was good, yeah.
That's a good.
Yeah. I mean, he still had to bring it. That was a bad tag by Lynn.
He was never going to get him out.
Back up and then
There
dropped
was not a throw there with, like Scott said, with how slowly he got up. There was never going to be a throw that got there.
Yeah, so it was all on Vasquez to begin with. Anyway.
The next pitch that you're about to see, the frame from Vasquez is perfect. Doesn't matter.
Why? Look at the home run or something right now.
Oh.
Call it perfect.
Yeah, it wasn't a strike. I thought they were going to call that a strike. I was going to say
Oh, that's
I
why
would
it's
have
a ball.
ball.
There you go, Gary. Gary reaching base 2 out of 3 times today. That's a 667 OPS in a month of.
No way, Monster Sticks is going to walk him. Really?
Percentage in the month of,
it's going to be a blooper.
Imagine not having a 667 on base percentage in August. That's insane.
In August.
In August, he's 3 at bats in August.
Imagine season OPS being below 100.
Players of all time.
Probably didn't even turn around. He knew that one was gone.
Knew it.
End of the 5th.
I like where next to Ursula's name, instead of 1 for 1, it just says in all caps Grand
Slam in all caps.
Oh, well, no, he's not.
Wow, I don't know how he didn't make that a
3-run home run.
3-run homer. Jeez.
Lots of Sticks gets out of it. Let's go. Needed it. Rafi was pissed.
Wow, yeah, he was.
Love that energy.
His mom's going to put him in a timeout.
Yeah. He's having Samper tantrum. My goodness.
He's going to get a detention.
Yeah. Oh, Rafi.
Him and Michael A. Taylor, man.
Yeah, who
At
is
least one of them is good.
young? Yeah, you better be talking about Devers.
Michael A.
Yes.
Taylor better.
Greater, to say the least.
Significantly.
So what's the following looking like on this one right now? Is it as Cobb said it was?
I have 5 viewers.
I can't tell.
Go
Hell,
Pack one.
yeah.
Mine's not showing me the like viewers.
Yeah, we didn't get the watch party. I guess kind of hard when the Angels game was also on, so half our viewers from last time.
Yeah, fair.
Is it us forward Peyton?
I'm not. It's definitely not.
I think I
Spot.
count as the Diamond Duck. Yeah.
I love it. Putting together a nice crew.
Nice little viewership. Yeah.
Nice little viewership. Saturday evening.
Yeah,
I think it's interesting how all 4 of our teams are in very different positions as an organization as well. Like very different. All 4 of us, I think, are all
that's
in
pretty true.
I think that
really, really different. Very far apart from each other on what we're trying to accomplish.
Right.
the Angels and Red Sox are kind
I feel like the Angels are closer.
I
They're
wouldn't.
definitely
Yeah,
closer.
I would say the Yankees honestly are. I think the Red Sox and Angels are closer than the Yankees and Red Sox.
I don't.
That's what I said.
I think they're on the way
I
down.
said
from
I said the
Red
Angels
Sox. I
and Red
mean,
Sox.
we're not similar. That's for sure.
I mean, the
Yeah,
Angels are
I
closer
agree.
to being better than the Red
Yeah, I
Sox.
agree
It's
with that.
definitely Yankees, Angels. I mean,
It's like
I
Yankees
don't
in a big gap, and then the Angels.
like
and the
future
Red Sox.
Tigers, obviously, but
Well,
like,
no, I mean currently. Yeah, no, I mean currently
right
for
now,
sure. Like
like-
we're undoubtedly at the very bottom. Like,
Well, like right
and
now,
the Yankees are undoubtedly at the very top. I think there's a huge gap between.
Yeah. Well, the Yankees are like if they don't win a World Series, it's a disappointment. season.
Right. Yeah,
The
that's what you
Tigers are
guys
at
are
the-
as a franchise.
You
Holy
won't,
crap,
and
we
it will
won
be.
5 games. This is a surprise season. And then the Red Sox and Angels are both like, we're probably not going to make the playoffs, but maybe we can get like a 7 or an 8 seed kind of position.
Christian's gonna hate
Christian's
that
like,
take, even though he's
7
literally
seed.
2 and 5. So I
He
don't know
said
what
3.
he's gonna talk about.
Yeah, I'm concerned about 7 games into a season.
In
Yeah.
a 60 game season, you probably should be.
like a
I'm really not.
We're already like almost a sixth of the way done.
They're still gonna go to. I'm fine. They're gonna make a seed. It's not hard. They're a really good team. They're probably a top 3 lineup. Their pitching staff, their starting pitching, has looked great. Bullpen,
Oh, great.
but that'll improve somehow.
Nick
Hopefully.
Nelson looking beautiful.
That was a heck of a pitch.
I
Yes.
want to strike.
John,
Gary
we
Bell,
all
I don't
know
know.
damn well if that was godly, you'd be yelling paint right now. We all
That
know.
was a strike.
Like I won't. hold that.
It's possible that that's what would happen. Yeah.
Certainly on the
Did
table.
you see Rob Manfred talking about this season? Said, "I'm not a quitter."
Oh, I got so mad. Don't even. I got so upset.
Brendan
You don't even
has
want
to
to talk to me about it.
Yeah,
What a
like he's
joke.
the worst.
I mean,
Nothing. It has nothing to do with him. He's so delusional.
like it has to do with making sure players don't get,
Right.
a
Exactly.
disease.
He created this like made up pissing contest in his head. He's just an idiot.
It's unbelievable that he is so bad at every single thing, every single part of the job.
It's really impressive, to be honest.
I agree. Like it's hard to be as bad as there's not a thing except for making money, which literally any commissioner could do.
He's also not even that good at that, if we're being completely honest.
I mean, he's not growing the game, but these teams are making an obscene amount of
Yeah,
money.
but he could. I think they could be making a lot more.
The way, I honestly think if you had Adam Silver as commissioner of the MLB, it would be a much bigger sport.
Yes. Well, yeah. The
Marketing. That's
right. The biggest thing
all
for me
about
is like the blackouts and the copyright infringement things.
like
Like
you tell people they can't watch the game. That's not going to grow it. And then also the fact that Mike Trout is one of the greatest baseball players of all time, and there are fans of other sports that genuinely have no idea what he looks like.
Right. Exactly.
It's insane. I mean, the NHL has
Kind
the
of
same
a failure
problem.
on their part because I don't know. He's not. It's pretty easy to know Mike Trout. I feel like at this point, he's on ESPN pretty often. If you're a sports fan, he's been promoted to.
Yeah, but I think I disagree. I think with I'm trying to figure out how to word it. He's definitely on there more now than he ever was in the past, but he is not on there with as good as a level of talent as he is. He should still be on there significantly more.
He should be spoken about more, yeah. Like,
right.
He should have his own little segment on every talk show, like
every
Judge
day would be about Jordan or LeBron.
Right? Yeah, like
LeBron,
bro, like he is talented.
What a play-by-show! I just want
good enough at his sport where he should be talked about just as much as LeBron is.
He is a player.
Absolutely.
He should
that was
be
a great play
bigger,
by
or at least as big as Jeter was. Like, people knew Jeter who never watched a baseball game.
For sure.
It doesn't help that Mike Trout plays at 10:30 every night.
That doesn't help, but
I think it was more open to us starting earlier. I hated it, like, just the thought of it, the premise of it. Like, high school me would absolutely hate it because I wouldn't be able to watch any games starting at 5. But, like,
it sucks for West Coast people, but, like, for the greater good, like, it's probably... like beneficial for like every like sport. Like that's why like the Pac-12 and college football doesn't get the same recognition. Like the late night hurts.
I don't know how much more you want to grow the game in the East Coast for Trout, which is doing the West Coast, because the West Coast is going to be it. They need to know him more than anything.
That's very true. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. That makes sense.
Would you guys agree right now that Judge is the face of baseball? Like, in terms of on a national scale, from people in other sports.
I don't think there is.
I get the argument, but I don't think there is one either. I think there's a bunch of, but I don't think there is one.
But I just feel like if you ask like a basketball fan or just a football fan or something who to name a bunch of baseball players, I think Judge would be on. I mean, Judge would. I think he'd be like the first name on most people's list.
First.
I mean, he's because he's. I mean, and it completely has to do with him being in New York, and he's obviously the level of player. But I mean, him being in New York, he's in every ad. I mean, he has Nike endorsements, Gatorade, all.
If you ask him for New York, absolutely. But
like New York, yeah. But
I don't know. I don't think if you ask someone in Connecticut to name a baseball player, even if they're not a baseball fan, that they're gonna say Aaron Judge for.
Connecticut's a terrible example because like they're like half
Connecticut's
fans. Like, they're all gonna know Aaron Judge.
Still, there's almost any city.
But nationwide, I agree with you. I think Harper's probably the most known player nationwide. If you polled every person about every player that's active, I would think the most known person because of his come up and his MVP and relatively good career overall, that like I would say he's probably far and away one if it's not Trout. Like Judge is up there for sure because of the whole East Coast thing, but nationally I feel like it's still Harper.
That's fair. I think Judge is closer to one than you guys are giving him credit for, personally.
I mean, I think he's way up there. Absolutely.
He has a case for it. I don't think I definitely think he has a case for it. I don't disagree with that by any means. I just wouldn't say right now he's the definitive number one Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
Basically.
I also think with Judge is like, he also is kind of like, he's literally just a gigantic person. Like he has like so many different qualities about him that
being abnormally large in baseball.
Yeah.
Like he's a football player in baseball.
Yeah. And I mean he's just a very easy guy to market. He's a really good personality.
Super nice dude. I like Judge a whole lot. I don't like when he beats the shit out of the Red Sox, but but he's great, fun to watch, like nice dude on and off, like for sure. Like he has a case to be made, and I wouldn't even be mad if he was the face of the league. So I totally agree that he probably does deserve it.
I wouldn't be. Yeah, I think he's probably, for baseball, he's probably best case scenario.
As far as marketing a single player, Harper's probably past. I mean, like,
he's a Yankee, and he's like. I mean, even for the baseball purists, like he's not going to go out there and bat flip you to hell. Like, he's a.
Well,
For baseball, personally,
Personality-wise.
Judge is probably best.
why
in
you
the
want
lineup.
Astros cheating, and then they came out that they were cheating. So that's something for sure. That's
Yeah,
not
Yeah,
okay.
but
They
not
were
not
never
many
caught.
people really know that they cheated. At least, like,
I mean, everyone
cheated,
nationally,
except
but,
the
like,
Astros.
How many people know they cheated? If you know, you know.
Oh, okay.
There's
If
30
you know,
teams in
if
this
you
league.
don't know,
There's
hey,
30
if you
teams.
don't know, now you know.
They all cheat.
30
Even the
teams
Marlins,
cheated.
who aren't a team right now, they
No,
cheat. They
I
all
think
cheat.
every single team cheated, but I don't know if there was another Astros in that.
For sure.
Like as it was going on, they were watching this.
There is definitely
think-
a different
There was
I
an
level of
extreme-
elite.
I completely believe that the Yankees and Red Sox use technology to like
Whoa,
watch the signs for when someone
Bro,
got
you
to
gotta
second
hear
base.
for it.
I don't want to
What
hear
is
the
happening?
completely exonerated Boston Red Sox drag through the mud any longer.
Exonerated your
6 months.
manager as a 1-year suspension.
Because of what he did with Houston. That is in the
That's
wording
fair.
and a
That's
fact.
fair.
That is
That's fair.
absolute
But, okay.
fact.
That's fair.
He
The
is
Yankees and
fourth in
other
the row.
teams may have used used electronics to decipher signs, but then they would know the signs when they got to second. I don't think that there were like these live as it was going on.
proven
banging
that the
trash
technology
cans.
they used is for easily accessible on iPads, which are available in the dugouts. If I put 2 and 2 together, if the camera thing that they were working out in center field is for iPads and the players have iPads, seems pretty obvious to me.
Right, but
And
that's still
They
had a
middleman.
whole
That's
scheme,
still
like,
that's a whole nother
gaming, and-
person in that the Astros didn't have.
I know.
That's still,
Don't get me wrong. I don't think what the Yankees did or could have done is, regardless of what we do or don't know, is anywhere close to the Astros. If
Right.
that was what I came across, I was no, because that is not the case.
We also
The
currently have
Astros are
nothing.
one, and it's far. It's
Right.
more
All we
egregious
have
than any
right now
team
is
ever.
some Astros beat reporter who reported that a video of a video camera in center field, and then that letter that was not released.
I
The
wonder why
letter,
it wasn't.
that's
Wrong
so
man,
weird.
Fred.
No, that letter that was
Another-
unreleased.
I don't-
It already got leaked, did it not? It was
I don't think the
her
letter.
practically exonerating the Yankees. I don't remember it punishing them at all.
And I think that the cheating they were accused of with the letter was supposed to be from like before the whole Apple Watch thing that they got in trouble with.
They
Yeah,
collude the
Apple
league
Watch.
to get Stanton, and then they collude the league to get no penalties for this cheating. Like, it's just
These are
sickening
facts.
at this point.
Stanton definitely colluded. Like, I mean,
And
I
Stanton
know.
himself
you had the
colluded.
choice to. You got a no trade clause.
Yeah.
That's his absolute right.
And then
forced his
Derek
way.
Jeter, I don't know if you know this, former New York Yankee who now runs
Really?
the Marlins, literally gave him for nothing.
Well, I don't.
Collusion at its
But wait,
finest.
but he had a deal with St. Louis. It was St. Louis, right? That Stanton shot down for a lot.
Absolutely. Stanton's just as in on the collusion as anybody. That's not part of this. Like, that's obvious. He's in on
Yeah,
it.
like he has the absolute right to be in on
Yeah,
said
it was
collusion.
it was the Yankees,
Fair.
Red Sox, Giants, and Dodgers that Stanton. That was the 4 teams, right?
I really
Yeah.
thought he was going to the Giants for a while. To be
Yeah.
honest with you,
I thought
I
they had
really,
the
I don't
facilities.
think I could have been convinced otherwise. For a solid month there, maybe I was dead
Those
set. that he
Oppo
was going to the
splash
Giants.
bombs, man.
I was convinced he was going to be a Dodger for quite some time.
I did not
Yeah.
think the Yankees were anywhere near. I remember like when I saw they were on his 4 teams, I was like, okay, that's.
Well,
cool,
you're
but
also
they're
a
not
Knicks fan.
Yuki
You're
would
very
be a
used to
Padre
being
right
told
now
that you're
if,
going to get
um,
people
Yeah.
and then
Stanton
not
was
getting.
Dodger.
I have never believed I will never believe again that any of my teams are getting a player after the KD Kyrie thing.
And Zion.
My
We're gonna
favorite
say
ever.
Zion.
And
Zion was always like they still had to get some luck in the lottery.
My
to
New
get
York
Zion.
Knicks Zion jersey
Like-
right here.
Oh, he's got to rub it in. Look at
Like,
that. He's
like,
got to
like,
rub
Zion.
it in.
Kyrie and
Knicks legend
KD.
Zion
I
Williamson.
remember seeing like Stephen A. Smith in like March of the
Great
year
pitch on Judge.
going like there's a 95% chance that they both go there. Everyone and then at the draft lottery, it's like the buzz is that KD and Kyrie are already New York Knicks, and I was like,
I mean, they
crap.
were in New York.
I'll believe it. Like I was like, fine. I was like, okay, I'll actually believe it now. And then it was just
The
like,
camera's just stuck on Glaber or DJ trying to blow his nose. Like, why was it?
Dog, I'm
Man,
seeing
that
a
was the
pitch. I don't know
worst.
about you.
Oh,
Peyton
now,
says,
yes.
Peyton
can't believe
says,
that
did
happened.
someone say KD and Kyrie?
No one said KD and Kyrie. Man,
Oh
I
man,
would that
tough.
I'm in disbelief of that, man. And now the Knicks hired a agent to run their squad, so that's great. Yeah, that's just.
Man,
Oh,
Tom
love that.
Thibodeau is the worst coach ever.
Oh,
Like
good.
he is going
I
to
don't hate Tibbs.
ruin any player
No,
you have of
I
value.
don't hate Tibbs at all, but I just can't. I don't understand the fact that
Yeah.
you need
No.
the Knicks haven't been good in 20 years, so they hire an agent as their president of operations.
Seems
Just like
legit.
the Mets.
Yeah, that worked out for them.
The Mets are now bringing
The
in
only
everyone.
team it worked out for was the
agency.
Warriors,
See?
but they had Jerry West, so like they still had smart people running. Man,
Ah, it was a good pitch, man.
It was a good
I'm
pitch.
6, man.
can't believe it. So I'm currently I'm starting my applications for college, and one of the questions for one of the schools I was applying to was like, if you could change one thing in the world, what would it be? And my first thought was to make me never a sports fan.
It's so painful.
I hate that I'm
It
a
is
sports fan.
very
It's-
exhausting.
I consistently see this tweet that's like, you have to be an absolute idiot to be a sports fan, and it's so true. Like,
yeah.
there's nothing, because I was thinking about like the best case scenario for a sports fan is your team is the one of 30 to actually win the championship, and then you have like 3 months of
Rings.
happiness, and then it all starts again, and the happiness is gone, and you have to win again. Like, there's never peace when you're a sports fan. You're always just like looking for the next.
Yeah,
season.
you get to be happy for a World Series like 3 weeks, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh crap, who we got to sign now to be possible
exactly.
help for the next
I
year?
mean, that's very true. It never stops. Like even when it's going good, it never stops.
Like,
It's always
there's
like,
a
all right,
honeymoon phase.
what's next?
Not that I would know about it, John. You know about it. But like,
I was gonna
there's
say
the
I'd love to
honeymoon
tell you
phase.
all about a suffering sports fan,
All right,
but I'm
so-
22 and I've seen the Red Sox win
Yeah.
4 championships. So I mean,
All right, so John,
it's a pretty good routine we get into. It's that one every 5 years, so I'm on pace to see
John.
a lot of rings in my life.
in
At least 12
2018,
Red
right,
Sox
bro?
rings if I live to like 60.
And the
I don't
Saints,
know.
right?
Was-
And-
You're not. You're not. You're not.
I think you're on pace to see
Awful
one
thing.
maybe.
You're on pace to see
6%.
one, maybe 2 more. That's about
No
it.
chance. Unless there's like a curse of Bambino where we're going 86 years and I don't see one until I'm 110, no chance.
Definitely not at 27.
In 2018, though, like John, Red Sox win the World Series in late October 2018. When did you stop being happy off of that win and start like stressed over the next year?
That's a funny question. I don't know. Like it honestly, like the parade was what it really hit because Mookie. I remember Mookie was really upset with how the parade went because like fans were throwing shit at him and like he was getting hit by beer. Like, he took a beer can off the head and like that was the first time Mookie was like really like this. Like he said something about the city disappointed him and like it was really like I thought it was gonna be like one of my favorite days of my life and like it didn't meet expectations. Like as soon as I heard that was kind of when the whole Mookie not staying thing and the whole we don't have money thing kind of came about. I'm like, you know what, 18 was fun. But this is what's going to happen soon, and sure enough, we have one pitch this year.
What about like I don't know, like it's hard because the Red Sox have kind of been like at that level your entire life, so it's kind of hard, but like there's as someone who has never seen their team win a ring, there's no way I can see myself being like that quickly after winning a ring. There's no way that anything would be able to make me disappointed. Just because I like you've seen 4, like that was your 4th. You know
Exactly.
what I mean? Like
And that's why.
like
Like,
obviously
04, I'm
it's
sure 04
obviously
if-
the right. That's my point. Like like if you were the
Yeah, I agree.
age you were in 18 in 04, I feel like it would have hit way differently.
Absolutely. Like
Yeah.
Pedro was a free agent after 04. People forget that. That was the last time he played for the Red Sox. And like it wouldn't have mattered. Like nobody would have cared because it was that first ring in 86 years. 18 when it was the fourth one in the second in 5 years. Like
exactly.
That's like all that like poetic stuff. It's like, all right, let's go.
That's my point. Like obviously the fourth one in your lifetime, your fourth one in your like young lifetime. Like you are less than 25 years old. Like and you have 4 rings. Like obviously that's not gonna sit as the same as like.
It just doesn't. Like
I'm the same age as you, and I've seen 0. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way. There's just no way.
It doesn't even have the same effect. Like 18, I wasn't even as excited as I was in 07 and 13, and like 04, I was like young, but like 18, I was like, oh, like that's sick. We won. Like it's good. Mookie and these guys, like Bogarts and Devers, like they all got a ring. JD, Chris Sale. Like I was happy about that, but I was like, honestly, like it's. Cool, but we won 108 games. Like we were gonna win this thing no matter what the whole time. Like
I can't relate to that at all.
Just something to say.
Absolutely no relation to that.
Like, no, none of you guys could.
John, you have fifth, right? Didn't you? Were you a Saints fan when they won?
Oh yeah, that was one of my first few. So I started cheering for the Saints when they drafted Reggie Bush in 06. Because like I loved Reggie Bush when I was younger. I thought he was so nasty. So I'm like, all right, I'll ride with the Saints. And then like 3 years later. Got the bowl ring, so I got one of those, which I guess Cop's got a couple. I've been fortunate to see a lot of.
Ooh, that's up and in over Duke.
Cop, what was your reaction to 12?
All right, so like I said before, I don't remember 08 or 09, but so 12, I remember I was at my dad's friend's house, and it's still such a blurry memory, which like it's so disappointing. So I was watching it downstairs, my dad's friend's son. And I remember just like we watching the Brady pass to Gronkowski in the air on like of the Hail Mary to end it, and just the moment it went down, like running upstairs and being like so excited. But like, for some reason I don't remember my dad or my brother being as excited as me, so it was like kind of disappointing. But they say that they were, so that was like kind of disappointing. But again, like I wasn't nearly. I was kind of at that point like I was a Giant fan because my family was Giant fans, but I didn't really know anything about like follow. I was only 9, and I was rooting
for and to beat Tom Brady.
Like I knew I was rooting who I was rooting for, and I knew I was happy mainly because I was supposed to be happy because the team I was rooting for won. But it's not, there's like it will be nothing compared to hopefully sometime soon the next time one of my teams wins. Like because knowing about like going through all of like the lows of like being
undoubtedly
it's exhausting
with the Giants and Knicks. I mean, the Giants have won like 8 games the last 3 years, and then the Knicks are literally the worst franchise in the history of sports. So it's like when
I think one of my teams might rival you there.
Close.
But yeah, sure.
The Lions are probably the closest on one of your teams. The Lions are definitely the closest on one of your teams. But like,
yeah, that's who I was referring to. Yeah,
the like just going like I and even the Yankees have had a winning record my whole life, so I don't know nearly as much of like losing as you guys do. But
we've never won anything, but
yeah, exactly. I still know like the heartbreak of losing the last game of the season and getting kicked out and getting eliminated. So
do that a lot.
So that just means that like when they win, like I'll know like how like special a championship is, and I don't at this point. So I need that.
Which will make it hit better, though. Like, the stress that builds up over time for, like, you 3 specifically. Like, I can't speak to it, but I can only imagine. Like, it would get better. Unfortunately, with the longer you wait, it will just be that much better.
I am 100% certain I will cry real tears for a while after the Tigers win.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, a while.
No, dude, so, like, the Knicks are obviously the team that would be, like, the most insane championship, and I'd be so happy.
I'd be more surprised if the Yankees
in the end, though, the Knicks are still like basketball is still far and away my 4th favorite sport out of the 4, just because like
you have hockey above basketball,
way above. Basketball,
we already have
the Rangers.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new candidate for worst take.
No, okay, let me explain.
The Canadian
soccer fan talking.
Okay, disappointment to Canadians everywhere.
Here's the explanation. So you have
brutal
like in basketball. The 2 things I hate about basketball is that 1, there's no parity. So just because one player can dominate. Two, nothing matters until the last 5 minutes, and mainly because there's so much scoring. Like scoring a point is not special in the slightest. In the other three sports, scoring is like significant because it's hard to score. In basketball, it's so easy.
That's
to
very
score.
fair. Extremely fair.
One run in playoff baseball is so big. One goal in playoff hockey is insane. A touchdown in playoff football is like significant too. And so, but then basketball is just one. Like you hit a free throw, and it's not like, oh my god, that's crazy. And today was the Rangers' first playoff game, and it is the playoffs. Playing round, it's stupid.
It is the playoffs.
It is the playoffs. And they
crazy
lost,
how playoff teams getting the first overall pick. Let's talk about that.
So stressed out from it because I was just like this is like just like the moment the puck drops, you're stressed out. It just basketball is nothing like that. You're not stressed out because you can go down by 20 in the first quarter and tie it by the end of the half.
Yeah, right.
Nothing means anything in basketball until the last 5. It's just whoever makes a run last wins. That's pretty much.
Also, as far as postseason specifically, hockey, bar and away won. To be honest with you,
I think baseball is
playoff hockey is uncomparable.
Baseball is
unreal.
Hockey. They're completely different because baseball has like the tension that builds up, and hockey has just everything happening and like. But yeah, playoff.
Yeah, the tensions are just different because it's a suspenseful tension from baseball, and it's a rising tension from hockey as everyone's nonstop going back.
I would agree. Baseball is too as well. I mean, I think that's and they're very similar in that sense. I agree with you.
They're definitely 1-2. I don't know what's
basketball by far has the worst postseason.
Yeah. Basketball to me is just a lower tier sport as a whole. I don't care for it at all.
Popular,
it's just not. It's undoubtedly the worst postseason. Literally until the conference finals, probably it's the most predictable, like non-competitive thing ever. There's no point in having the first 2 rounds of the NBA playoffs, and that's. I mean, I love basketball too. Like I'm not. Like you guys for that. Like I'm a huge basketball fan. I watch every Pistons game, but I mean it's undoubtedly it's playoffs specifically. It is undoubtedly the worst postseason.
And quick shout out to Jim Passon who also agrees hockey over basketball. It's
great take.
Genuinely not close. John was shocked by that take. Like that is a very.
John just isn't a big hockey guy.
Yeah, he's not here.
It's weird.
He's not here, so we can talk about him.
Very weird.
John, he's a Canadian who loves soccer.
There he is. You're back.
Am I back?
Never mind.
Yes,
don't know what we're talking about, man.
Am I being slandered as I return too?
Yes.
you are.
He also says you should have been a Yankees fan in the '80s. Makes the 2010s look great.
That is true. I mean, I've never had a losing season, so like. Obviously, I'm very happy.
That's so unreal.
Which is insane. They haven't had a losing since '93. Like,
wasn't there a stat where Jeter retired with like only one game where he was mathematically eliminated from the playoffs his entire career or something?
Jeter made the playoffs every year of his career besides 2008, and then I don't know exactly what year he retired. I think he retired in 2014. So 2008, 2013, and 2014 were the only years he didn't make the playoffs. So
I'm pretty sure I might have seen the stat. It might have been during his last season, so that might have changed if you guys got mathematically eliminated earlier. But I'm pretty sure going into the last year of his career, he was like only mathematically eliminated for one game of his entire career, which is unbelievable.
I don't know the exact number. I know that Mo was mathematically eliminated.
Trading Fred McGriff away was the best thing the Yankees ever did because he went to a good team.
Fred McGriff, legend.
The crime dog.
Elite nickname. Top 5 nickname in the history.
Breaks my heart that man is not in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, and a Hall of Famer too. It's a damn shame.
Crime dog. What a man.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't know. I especially compared to you, Scott and Chris. Do not know pain in baseball, but like
no, you don't.
I don't know what it's like. I remember my dad's explained to me like just being a Yankee fan in the '80s, just like where the summer. He's like you had summers off because there was they didn't play any meaningful baseball in the summer because you just knew that they had no chance. But like
114 losses last year.
Yeah, I mean, like that's insane.
My
but
first season I remember in my entire life was the 119 loss season. That is my youngest baseball memory. It's a miracle that I'm as big of a fan of this team as I am, because literally my first memory, and it's honestly, and I make this point to people a lot, there's a legitimate argument that if the Tigers aren't one of the worst teams ever in 2003, that I'm not as big of a baseball fan as I am, because I live 15 minutes from Comerica. You could walk up to Comerica 15, 20 minutes before game time and get like fifth row seats for under $20.
That's dope.
That's beautiful.
Because it was 2003 and we lost 120 games. Like that, there is a legitimate argument that the reason that I am as big of a Tigers fan as I am, is because of how bad we were when I was a kid.
That's very fair. It's for me, like the Rangers and Yankees rebuilding in 1 year, and the luck I have there of two great, very well run organizations is counterweighted by the fact that the Knicks and Giants have absolutely no idea how to build
That's
teams.
very fair.
So I will always have those two suffering. The Giants have had one good year since they won the Super Bowl, and then the Knicks have had one good year literally in my lifetime. So like
over the course of his career, Derek Jeter only played one game in New York in which the Yankees were mathematically eliminated from the postseason, which was his last.
That's insane.
Shout out Jimmy Song.
The stat merchant, Jim Passon.
Oh, I love it. I don't love Ryan Frazier at the game. There's no way this 3-run lead stays at 3. This guy reeks. Oh, man. Like, another example of Ron Renicky, what are we talking about? Like, the game is relatively close. Let's put in probably the worst arm we have on the roster.
I don't know if he's the worst.
Who would you rather
now he probably is, yeah.
I mean, you're down 3, so it's not like it's not even going to put in like a big gun. But
I'm not putting in a big gun down 3.
I mean, we don't have big guns, but we also have like
down 3 and 6 outs.
Big guns, small guns, and a minuscule gun, which is
fair.
Frazier. At least give me a small gun.
Is Workman
Please give me a little gun.
Like, this guy stinks.
Look, right on time. There's a Jeter graphic.
Oh my god.
Here we go,
Most starts at shortstop all time. It's the only stat he'll ever have. That's not even that doesn't even mean anything to me. Nah, I take that sentence back. Doesn't mean anything to me.
Yeah, really.
No more better.
Jeter's a great compiler.
No more better.
No more better.
Jeter, no, I mean, like, he, especially with like rate stats, he's nowhere near best shortstop ever. But he was consistently just a good shortstop, a good hitter for 20 years. So it ended up just being he just compiled and compiled and compiled.
He's glorified Jose Iglesias. I wonder what his
stats would be if he went to third base and they
Jose Iglesias. Derek Jeter could only dream of being as good a defender as Jose Iglesias is. In his wildest dreams.
Offensively, he's glorified Jose Iglesias.
You're not wrong. Glorified Tim Anderson, if you will.
If you will. It's true. Guy is brutal.
I've definitely, especially joining Diamond Digest, my view on Jeter is definitely worsened for him.
God, yeah.
Like I still have that love for Jeter that I would never that just from him being a Yankee. But I will fully admit that if he played in Milwaukee, he probably is still a Hall of Famer. Especially, he has the 6th most hits, and with how people.
He's a Hall of Famer, absolutely. 70.
But he is not a 99.7% on the ballot. He gets 80 something if he's not. Yeah. If he plays in Milwaukee and doesn't win 5 rings, like.
Probably gets 90s.
Probably
not single Gold Gloves.
Yes.
Somehow.
I mean, he was still a very, very good player for a while. But he just
it was I agree. If he plays somewhere else, he doesn't even flirt with unanimous, but he definitely still makes it. That's for sure.
Stanton going down 85 down the middle.
Yeah, that was bad. If we talk about the top, I mean, he's a top 10 shortstop of all time. There's really not. I don't think there's conversation against that. I have him at like 5 or 6.
I can
Or
see that.
I don't mind that.
I mean, there's like
I mean,
obviously
he
Honus
has
and
to be a
A-Rod.
top 5 shortstop.
A-Rod and Honus
despite
are
the fact
obviously
that he could not play the position that he is.
Yeah, that's not
He
great.
just couldn't play.
For real.
I mean, Honus, A-Rod, Banks, and Ripken are definitely. After that, I don't know if there's anyone that you can definitely say is better. Nomar's
No
Peak's better.
ma.
Nomar's Peak's better, but he
No
fell off.
ma.
He fell
Simba.
off a cliff.
I
Trammell
knew
better.
Simba was coming.
Simba.
Trammell better.
Trammell better.
Oh my god.
Pretty sure they actually
Johnny
have similar
Paloma
war,
better.
straight up.
Trammell?
Probably, yeah.
I think Trammell was around 71 for B-War.
Bobby Rich better.
If you move Jeter to third base when A-Rod comes over, his
Also,
WAR is
Trammell
way
should have won
higher.
MVP in 87.
Jeter does not have nearly as bad of defensive run save if he's the third baseman.
Yeah, I still to this day don't know why they did it the way they did
They
it.
did it. Well, Cashman
He
wanted.
had to go to left field. Third base, he would have struggled too.
He still had a good
Didn't
arm.
have-
I mean, he had a good arm. He didn't have great range. I mean, I think worst case scenario, he was like a little worse than like Urshela. His arm wasn't as good as Urshela, but
That's
I mean,
not a good baseman. Defensively speaking.
Urshela is a barely below average guy. So that's your worst case. But if you put like what was it?
If you have a 120 WFC guy and like a -5 DRS guy at third base, is he a Hall of Famer? If that's his like seasonal average, 120 and -5.
Yeah,
You think so?
isn't his seasonal average significantly worse right now?
Right now, it's
Was he
like
like
118
like
and
-20?
-90 short.
So like I feel like he's still a Hall of Famer. I mean, he's a Hall of Famer in the end because I mean, when you hit,
Offensively
when you-
speaking, he was a Hall of Famer, absolutely.
when you get 3,400 hits, you're a Hall of Famer. Not even.
Nick Markakis could hit 6,000. He's still not a Hall of Famer.
I mean, if he hit 6,000, I think his numbers would in turn make him a Hall of Famer.
6K?
The reason that
He's just going to play 40 years to get that 6K and still would not be a Hall of Famer.
the reason Jeter didn't have the reason he didn't move Jeter to third, I think Cashman really wanted to because Cashman is a good talent guy, but I don't think the ownership let him. They wanted the face and all that stuff, all that stupid stuff.
Well, no, because he's been on record saying he wanted to move to left field when he wanted to get to Lewicki.
Yeah.
Trammell better.
Literally, Derek Jeter glorified Jose Iglesias, take it to the grave.
Some things you can argue with, others you can't. That's one of the things.
These are just the facts.
I'm thinking back on the Xander Bogaerts for top 5 shortstop conversation we were having. I have Correa, Lindor,
Band-Aid, sure.
Simmons, and I'd put Corey Seager above Xander Bogaerts
I
as
will
well.
not.
I mean, Bogarts has done more than Seager, though.
In the last,
I'm not putting Seager
year.
above Bogarts on mine.
In the last year, yes, he has, but like
No, over their entire careers. I doubt Seager's had a better season than Bogarts.
there's no. His 2015, 2016, it was great. Just right before Tommy John, he's coming back. He's a great.
Like, he's had some great seasons, but I don't think he has nearly the body of work as Bogarts.
He plays defense at a above competent level.
Like, I mean, clearly he's a better defender, but like I don't
like
know.
a 120. He could be in the 130s WRC wise.
He'll make his case, I'm sure. I guess I don't hate it, but like I don't know about right now. I think he probably will be, but right now I don't know. Like, and even like, oh man, Lindor was not that good last year. Correa, that you're never gonna get 120 or 130 out of.
I don't know if that's fair. He's had so many different types of injuries that like. Just
Yeah, but like, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It could be both. Like, it's good that it's not recurring, but it's bad that he's just a natural Band-Aid everywhere.
Chris, I know you're the big defense guy. So what positions
absurdly
do
big.
you
Merchant.
view that defense is more important than offense? Would you rather have a Simmons than a Bogarts? At what positions? All of them?
At shortstop, Yeah, I'd rather have Simmons than Bogarts at their best.
Catcher, undoubtedly.
Catcher.
Catcher, undoubtedly.
What about like
Center field?
Well, I've been kind of spoiled in that regard.
Right,
so
no, I mean, obviously Trout's an outlier.
In general,
good at both. But, like, if for center fielder, I think if I had a good lineup, if I knew I had a good lineup, I guess I would probably much rather have a...
Value-wise, I mean, Trout has, like, because he's kind of a poor defender, they put their better outfielders in the corners to make them kind of better, I guess. I don't know, like, his value, because positional-wise, he's higher. I'd probably rather just have the offensive guy, I guess, depending on how my outfield's aligned anyway.
Sure.
Are we back from commercial here? Mine is still... Oh, there we go.
Yeah, we have
Bro, what?
There's already one out.
We're 2 batters into the inning.
I didn't realize it was frozen. It was still on the commercial where it's like commercial breaks in progress, and it looked like it was spinning still, but indeed it was not.
I promise it wasn't.
I'm a little behind, but we're back now. We back. Let's see a comeback. This has been like there was so much scoring at the start. There hasn't been a run since like the second inning.
Jim says Simmons greater than Sign Otani.
Wow.
I mean,
I don't hate it right now. I
that
don't
depends.
hate it.
If you're talking fully healthy on both of them, there's just
Infinity.
Simmons is like could be a 7 to 8 WAR player. Simmons' peak was an 8 WAR player, but Otani fully healthy.
Yeah, 50 WAR player.
He could be a 140 WRC guy and a 320 pitcher. Like, I don't know if anyone's
really
better
insane.
than that at that point.
That's really like insane to think about.
Rafi.
Shout out Mike Talkman with that great play. But
Whoa. Yeah, get on back there, friend.
Whoa.
Why are we trying to take 2 here?
Whoa.
Too much dip on the chip.
Got a little too much dip on your chip now.
I feel like
Too much dip on your
typically a double. He was
it
way
should've-
late out
off the bat. It was.
Should've
Talkman
been
made
a
a great play.
He was way late out the box, and Talkman played it really well. Didn't even let it get to the ball.
Yeah, he was so late out of the box. That hustle, though. Good job, Rafi. Good hit.
Not hustling out of the box, that's for sure.
Oh, look, there's gonna go foul. I mean, like, that's no excuse, but, like, I understand the logic behind it.
I don't understand the logic but behind David Hale in this. Like,
I mean, it's
especially if-
like close. Whoa.
It's
That
a
was
3-1
close.
game.
Really is not.
Tying
like,
run on deck. I
New
mean,
York's not
it's,
concerned.
Yeah, like, that's reasonable. I don't even know who's starting tomorrow. Who's pitching tomorrow?
I don't think your manager
think
knows
we've
who's
announced
starting tomorrow.
He doesn't know who's playing right now.
Oh.
Literally seen it.
What?
Your manager is the definition of too much dip on your chips.
To a T.
Paxton and TBD are pitching. John.
Paxton and who?
TBD.
Oh,
He's having a good year.
He always,
Might
he always gets cut right before the game starts. It sucks for him.
We've been working TBD a lot, but
Yeah.
he'll be all right.
Good play.
God, I hate this team. Who the hell's going? It's gonna be Josh Osik. That's probably what it's gonna be.
Yeah, probably.
Little opener,
Play.
the ostrich.
Bad play.
I mean, the fact that you guys had an atrocious rotation entering the year, and then Rodriguez just gets hurt.
And then it got worse.
Yeah.
In every
Like
which
if it's
way.
healthy, we're probably doing like we would stay above water for a 7 or 8 seed with Sale, Erod,
No,
Eovaldi.
definitely. I mean, Sale's a huge if health-wise.
If you guys have Mookie, I still think you could beat the Yankees for the division.
I mean, obviously, but like we can't just bring half our team back. Like,
You could.
if we had Ian Kinsler and he was 2011 Ian Kinsler, different. But
Yeah,
like,
but you had Mookie, and you had him under contract this year.
I mean, kinda. Like, I mean, yeah.
I'm not.
Oil
was healthy.
Not really kind of, like, by the law.
Watch out.
One of the two of him leaving for free or us getting something for him, like completely ignoring the fact of us potentially re-signing him. I'd much rather I'm fine with us trading him now and getting something as opposed to letting him walk. Like, obviously, but I'm more than fine.
Would you rather have them had extended Bogarts or Mookie?
I mean, obviously Mookie, and I mean, obviously things would have been different if we didn't trade Mookie. Like, if we had held on to him even just to let him go at the end of the year, he probably signs that deal with the Red Sox.
Yeah.
Because the issue was never playing in Boston; it was him wanting to go to free agency, which then was counteracted by COVID because he doesn't know how much he's going to get, how long he's going to get.
Yeah,
Obviously, he's still going to get paid, but the potential.
I don't know if Boston was ever going to offer that contract.
I think they may have, especially with you traded him right before the outbreak.
Yeah, and like if you look at it AAV wise, what he wanted, so he asked for I think 10 for 20 or like 12 for 20, whatever he wanted, and the Red Sox offered. It was exactly, literally 50-50 in between the two sides, which I like to refer to as negotiations. So if they had any sort of simple negotiation throughout this season, now knowing the COVID thing, I really do think that maybe it's $10-15 million less. I think there's no way they wouldn't have signed him to that same deal had they not traded him.
At the very least, negotiate for something. They kind of just made an offer and then he said no.
They would have had to sign into an extension that cut his salary for this year.
Exactly.
Rework the deal so this year he gets paid less to get under luxury.
I don't really think would have been an issue. Like as long as he still got the same total in the end and it's still the same AAV, I would think because it benefits him making the team better. Like if he takes a little less for the 1 year, the team can adjust to that tax and be better for the 12 years he's here. I'm sure he would want to do that. But I'm not going to fault the guy for wanting to play with some of the best players in the world in like one of the nicest places to live in the world. Like, I mean, you can't blame a guy for that. There's no way he's going to turn that down. Come on. Like,
you underpay guys. You underpay the first couple of years of the contract. Pay the end of it.
Like, if we get 7-8 good years, I don't care what we're paying him Miggy style the last 3-4 years. Like, that I can live with when I'm 35.
Everybody calm down. Everyone take a deep breath.
Hold
We're going to apologize for the
7
comment.
more years.
We're going to pretend like it was never made.
The Tigers slander. Just perk this guy up real quick.
John, what are your thoughts on that?
The Miggy contract wasn't even like the last 3 years of the extension. It was as soon as he signed it, it was a wrap. He was done. And it's been an
immediate decline after he signed pen to paper too.
I guess Josh Osick's not starting tomorrow because he's pitching right now.
You know, we still have like 5 years on that contract.
Ugh.
John, your thoughts on Rusney Castillo 2021?
Man, free Rusney Castillo, man. Like, I can't wait until he's a free agent after this year and he gets a minor league deal and he goes and starts somewhere next year because he's an 800 OPS
$60 million
player.
Deal.
Oh, that was a bad contract, though. He's completely screwed by not being on the 40-man, and they can't pay him right now. Like, he would absolutely, on even a shitty team, be a starter and a relatively average to above average hitter in this league. Like, he's not a bad player.
Hashtag free Rusney.
The bowling leagues are better in LA. These are just facts.
These are the facts.
A1 bowler.
Ride a Pawtucket, baby.
Ride a Pawtucket.
Love that guy.
Oh yeah, Osich definitely not starting.
Yeah, not starting tomorrow. Odds are pretty good.
Might be Tigers legend Matt Hall. The Hall pass going tomorrow.
It'll
be interesting. He was
horrible.
What Paxton looks
he
like.
Was horrible.
He was like
Paxton's going 2 innings, giving up 6 runs.
Dude, he was so bad last time. He was throwing 92. He said he still hasn't gotten his velo back since he had back surgery. So
that's a good sign.
That's a huge problem to have, especially it's his contract year. So I mean, he was looking at.
He's still going to be the best free agent pitcher on the market, regardless of Bauer. I guess Bauer maybe.
Bauer and
who are we talking about? Free agent pitcher?
James Paxton.
Yeah, it's a really good offensive class. It's not a very good pitching free agent.
You have the three top guys, and then outside of that,
I think the Yankees definitely can't afford both Paxton and Tanaka. I think they end up going with Paxton. Younger.
I don't think they get either. I think they both walk.
I think they get one. I don't think that. I think the amount of decline that you'd have in that rotation to go from having a possibility of Cole, Sevy, and then either Paxton, Tanaka, and losing both of them would be.
I think it relies a lot on, like you said, Sevy's health. Like I think if they, I mean, obviously not this year, but if they have confidence in him, like
that's the market because he can get money.
Sevy will be out until at least the middle of next year. I mean, you can't go through the year.
I mean, in the general, like if you're giving Paxton or Tanaka 3 or 4 years, like over the length of that contract, you could probably have Severino take up most of the load of losing those two. Like, I don't think that would be that much of a drop off if you get Severino back.
Seffi's a better pitcher than both of them. He's significant. I think he's another level.
I think everybody knows that. Yeah, for sure.
But there's still the risk. Well, at the end, I mean, Montgomery looked really good last night, and they have a lot of good pitching. They have like no good hitting prospects. They have good pitching prospects, and I mean Cole Severino 1-2, and then you just kind of fill the rest. But still, I feel like Paxton Paxton is a okay 2, but he would be a great 3. Like, there's a huge.
Like, what's the Garcia timeline on? Is it Delvey? What's the Della?
I don't think that Garcia is going to end up being a starter for them.
After how highly he was being touted last year at the deadline.
Yeah, I think that he could.
We wanted him for Boyd.
Yeah, they see him as a reliever, I think, but I don't know 100% obviously. I think
they should have sent him for Boyd. That would have been better for them.
I don't think the Yankees. Yeah. I don't think it was just that as a deal.
I think.
It wasn't a straight up thing.
Yeah. So it depends on if they want to sign Tanaka, because I think Paxton is gone no matter what. So if they want to resign Tanaka, they can. But I think Paxton's gone.
I'm not sure. Yeah. They didn't give up that much for Paxton that you to resign him. But
that's where my head's at it too. I mean, the at the time at least. Well, I mean, what they gave up for him was a lot. I don't know if they're just going to let him.
Well, they gave up 2 kind of lottery ticket prospects, and they gave up Sheffield, who's been solid, but I don't think that they love Sheffield either.
I feel like Sheffield was a way bigger name when he was a Yankees prospect than he has
than he
a Mariners
definitely
prospect.
Yeah, he was.
So I remember when he was a Yankee, he was supposed to be the second coming of Jesus.
Literally,
every interesting fly ball territory there for Gary. Definitely familiar.
Literally.
The only Yankee
that looks familiar.
Yankee prospects have not lived up to the hype, but then there's, I mean, Judge went way past the hype. He was not supposed to be as good as he was, and Torres is pretty much good. Then there's Justin Dominguez, who's not going to be here until like 30.
Where do you have Labor in your shortstop rankings?
I mean, I don't know. I really don't know about his defense. That's my biggest thing. I don't know if he's. It depends on his defense, because his offense is very good. But like, I don't know where his defense is. So he probably will be top 10 eventually. I don't know where he is right now. He hasn't been. He has nowhere near a large enough sample size at short to really judge him as a shortstop defensively.
Yeah, that's true.
It's fair.
Jim asked, lots of players have left the Red Sox for the Yankees and had success. Which players left the Yankees and had their best years with the Sox?
Left the Yankees.
Yeah, left the Yankees to go to the Sox.
That list is very minimal, even of like players as a whole, not even just like good players. I'm like, my memory obviously won't stretch as far back as maybe a lot of the examples are from, because I don't think like recently.
I mean, Damon went from the Yankees to Sox. Obviously, Babe Ruth. Like
Damon went Sox to Yankees.
Yeah,
was
that's what I meant.
Yeah.
And then obviously Ruth, and then.
Like you, like in the last, since I've been alive, it's been Ellsbury, Damon, like Clemens, exactly. Like all the Clemens started with us, and then he went to the Jays, and then
for sure.
Yeah. Anyone had the best?
But the other way, the only trade we've ever made, or in the last 20, 30 years, is you gave us Stephen Drew in 2013, who started at shortstop in the playoffs.
What about Eduardo Nunez?
Stephen Drew might be the answer to the question.
What about Nunez?
That is.
I mean, Nunez was a pretty bad Yankee, and he was okay for the Sox.
Yeah. I actually, you know what? Now that you say that, Eovaldi definitely
Eovaldi
would fit that bill.
Yeah.
And like you said, Nunez, like he wasn't a good player with us, but like he had timely moments. Like he had a huge home run in Game 1 of the World Series. Like he had some big moments. Final out of the ALDS. Like definitely probably his best year of his best time of his career was with the Red Sox. But yeah, I guess Eovaldi would probably be.
Eovaldi's probably the big one. Even Eovaldi, Eovaldi he was kind of similar to how he's been on the Red Sox with the.
He hasn't been that good. Like people think because of the playoffs he has, but
with the Yankees, he was kind of the same as he is with the Red Sox. It's kind of player he is. He's just very hit or miss. Like sometimes he's
Absolutely.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
And he's like
When he's on, he's on,
dominant.
but he's also injury prone.
He got like
and
15
tends to-
guys, and then
For
other
sure,
times he's just-
yeah. But I would still think, because like there hasn't been a whole lot of players that have come our way from the Yankees, at least like we're saying, in the last probably decade or two. So it would have to be probably Eovaldi.
I would say just all time. I think that list is just in general
Minimal.
small.
They
Yeah,
just
I
don't
don't know
like
the
to.
list.
I mean, like free agents happens, but like they don't like to make trades. Like clearly, like I said, that Steven Drew one I know at the time was the first one in decades that they had made a trade. Like, yeah, it's. I mean, like I get it. I wouldn't. I don't want to give you anything that could potentially.
I mean, I think the biggest one has to be Jacoby Ellsbury.
well, he was
Going
great.
from there to there.
Damon's better.
That's true.
But Damon wasn't like a Red Sox for that long.
No,
Damon's still big.
no, he was
won
only
with
there
the
for
Sox.
3 years.
But he was on that
Yeah,
04
he
team,
got
right?
there with
I
3.
mean, he was on that 04 team, so that was kind of like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it was still like he was still like a Red Sox like abandoning.
Like he'll always like I don't know, but and this is definitely just because it's me. But like I will always think of Johnny Damon as a Red Sox player for that, even though that was probably his least tenured thing. And I know that's because I'm a Red Sox fan, probably.
I
But
think
like
it
because
yeah,
Well,
he
he was
I
on
see him
the
as more of a
04
Yankee
team.
was
player,
014.
I think
Yeah,
of like
just
him,
being on that team, just
But like I think he's better than Ellsbury as far as players, regardless of Red Sox tenure
Yes.
length. He's better player than Ellsbury.
I agree with that.
Isn't that
I think
Clemens,
him, Melky, and like Bobby Abreu, none of them will be remembered
Ooh,
as Yankees.
Bobby
but
out
I
by a
remember every
mile.
single
Oh,
one.
did
Yeah.
he miss that tag?
I
Wow.
don't think so. He kind of acted like he did though. He must.
Like
He
a-
went
he
back.
must have.
back.
Yeah, he must have.
What about like a Rich Hill? Rich Hill was on the
Yeah, I
Yankees
guess Rich
before.
Hill was on the Yankees. Yeah, and like he was
I
so
know
good with the Red Sox at the end of 14. He made
Yeah, I
4
guess-
starts and was filthy. He had a
Rich
complete
Hill's a
game
good pick.
shutout like 2 weeks
Ooh,
after
was
he
he
pitched
Yankees
the Long
before
Island
he was
Ducks.
Red
Mi-
Sox, though.
Andrew Miller was
Yes.
definitely a better Yankee.
That list is really so small.
We started Andrew Miller. That Andrew Miller that was the man started in Boston when we traded him for Eduardo Rodriguez.
And then
Well,
He had like a sub.
Andrew Miller
250.
really started in Detroit, let me tell you. And he sucked. He was
That's what I mean. Like
Was
he
he the-
started
was
in
he- he was the
Detroit,
Mickey
but like
trade,
he
right?
started being a dude in Boston.
Yeah, he definitely
We
was not a
converted
dude
to
in
a reliever.
Detroit or in with the Marlins
he
either.
started-
That's for damn sure. But
I remember.
shout
the
out
Yankees-
Andrew Miller being the quote
Mike
unquote
Lowell
key
was
component.
a Red
to
Sox,
get
or was
the
the Yankee that went to the Red Sox?
Who?
Who was?
Mike Lowell?
Mike Lowell.
Mike Lowell.
Wait,
That's a
Lowell?
name.
Really?
Lowell? L-O-W?
Yeah, Lowell.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
Lowell,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
From the Marlins. What?
Yeah,
What
but
about,
he
like,
he had time with the Yankees beforehand.
Are you like knowing this for a fact or guessing?
I like looked it up right now.
For
Just-
some weird reason, the
he played
first
8 games
player-
with the Yankees,
the
but hey,
first-
he played with them before he played with.
Well, I guess that opens it. Yeah,
No, the
like
f-
Bill Miller did too. Kevin Youkilis, man, like that hurts. But like you,
you went the other way
He
though.
went that way.
He had to be Yankee
For
first
some-
and then went to you.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. I
For
got it.
some weird reason, the first guy that came to mind when Jim asked the question was Alfredo Aceves.
I
And he was a
hate
terrible
that guy.
Red Sox, but he was a terrible Yankee. But like
He was
for
a
some reason,
terrible pitcher in
I
person.
remember him as a.
Hope he hears this.
I remember him just as like the Yankee Red Sox guy in my mind. Like he was so bad.
Yeah, that
I think
dude
we traded him
stunk.
to you. I think like when we traded him to you, it was like the first trade we made in like 10 years or something. Like that.
Yeah, I guess that. See, I thought that was. I thought you guys cut him, like, or DFA'd him, and we picked him up because I didn't think we'd made a trade between Drew and like the
It
'90s.
was like cash. But I think he was after Joe. But 42-year-old
How
David
do
Wells went
people-
15-7 for the Red Sox. You know,
There you go.
Who did? Sorry.
David Cohn.
Boomer what? No, Wells.
Jeez.
Or David Wells, sorry, not Cohn.
Yeah, no, I know who you meant. I
My
figured that
fault.
was who you
Big
meant,
Boomer
but yeah,
Wells.
Jesus. I mean, Tom
Yeah,
Gordon.
definitely
Tom
not
Gordon
Cohn.
pitched for the Yankees and Reds. Yeah, Tom Gordon was on the Red Sox
I
for a
feel like
year.
Relievers are really where you're going to.
Yeah,
a lot of those guys
very
just go
true.
everywhere.
Yeah, there's just not much there.
Kelly Johnson. I don't know where he was first, but I just remember that he played on every
Did
team.
you
played on
guys
every
ever
team
have
that
Aaron
released.
Hill?
Huh?
Everyone had Aaron Hill.
Did you ever have Aaron Hill?
I don't think
He
so.
went Blue
They
Jays,
were rumored to get
Diamondbacks,
him.
Boston.
Yeah, and then Giants. Yeah. John McDonald. He played for the Yankees, and
Oh,
Red
yeah.
Played
Sox.
for everyone.
Johnny Mack.
Played for the Angels, 14. Played for all our teams in 14, I'm pretty sure.
That's hilarious, Johnny Damon.
Damon's Barbershop.
Iconic,
He's
man.
Damon's Barbershop.
Love me some Johnny Damon.
We had one
Johnny-
episode
Johnny.
got canceled.
We rebranded. It's fine.
Exactly,
Much better.
exactly.
Highly prefer to rebrand. But
I love the Damon's Club. I like that one quite a
That
bit.
worked out perfectly with all the
Yeah.
Tigers,
Worked out
Yankees, Red Sox playing for all
Yeah, it was a really good.
Yeah, it
I
was
like that
definitely a good.
great
it was
graphic from
a good idea.
guy
The
who doesn't
graphic
even
is
work here
elite.
anymore.
Elite.
Yeah, the graphic was fire.
The graphic was diesel.
But no,
Oh, that
it
was
was
foul?
fun to. That was a
Jeez.
fun thing to find too. We were just trying to find the best player that played for all three teams, and it's undoubtedly Damon too. There was no.
Oh
way.
no! Stay
Oh!
fair.
Is he
That
gonna
was
add
fair.
to it? Oh!
What? Was that not fair?
I thought it was.
Oh,
It
wow,
wasn't.
it looked fair.
It was just foul.
What are we talking about?
I need to see
Oh
the
my
replay here.
God.
I mean,
Moon
he's not
Man is
shooting it at all.
It was
John.
literally
I
the-
don't-
Yeah, that's true.
It was the seat over. Like there's a seat next to the
Oh,
foul pole, and it was
that's
right
foul.
No!
That's
yeah.
that's foul. That's
Oh, okay, yeah. That angle showed it. I see.
yeah, the
see.
loud, very loud.
Need to give it to Carlton Fisk.
Oh,
Wave it
short
fair.
porch.
Give him the Carlton.
Give him to Carlton Fisk. Wave it fair, Christian.
Man, he is seeing the ball well, though. I'll tell you.
All year, he's been our best hitter by far this year. He's
Look at even he was like follow to the right side, follow to the left side, next one straight up the middle.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes, sir. David Hale, absolute Yankee legend.
Tyler Wade could have been a Tiger.
Yeah, he was rumored in a bunch of those trades. My
Ooh,
favorite
Well, the
thing-
big one was the big Jack and I talked about it a couple of nights ago. The biggest one was Fulmer for Wade and Frazier was pretty much a
Yeah.
verbal agreed. It was agreed upon verbally, and then
Not
for
really,
whatever
but-
reason, I don't know who pulled out, but somebody pulled out before pen met paper.
Look, if that happened, and assuming that
Frazier would have had a hell of a time trying to field some balls in Comerica. Let
Good
me know.
God, literally.
dude, if that trade happened, and like assuming their career paths went the same way, that would be one of those trades that you just look back on and are like, like no one. Really
Yeah,
wanted-
it would have been
Little
incredibly
I don't know
underwhelming
because
for both
Frazier is a big league bat and a good, like a genuinely
and
good
Wade's
hitter.
a real good, and Wade
You
has a great glove. That is true.
We could use a bat.
You could use
A couple.
bat.
Yeah,
Your
actually,
DH
no,
is open.
no, yeah.
And then,
Frazier-
like, Jacoby is a massive plus defender, too, so, like, Frazier definitely would have got moved to left.
yeah, and you could DH Frazier too.
No,
Oh,
Miggy is
Miggy.
permanent.
There's so many DHs, though.
At
Yeah.
this point, I feel
No,
like we just
Miggy
have
is
up
Miggy is no. We have DH in set in stone for the next 5 years. Like,
Oh yeah, that's true.
Miggy will never play first base ever again.
I actually feel very bad for because like he's just stuck on a really good roster that he just kind of doesn't have a role, and Duo are the same way. Like both of them are definitely big league hitters. Like they definitely have a lot of power, so they just can't field for their lives. Like, they're literally two of the worst
Bender
fielders
has
I've
a lot
seen
of
in
power.
my entire life. So like,
He's
I
a
think
double hitter. He is that.
they're both lucky. I think.
Son.
I think they both got very lucky that the DH was
Game.
in both leagues. Because now that's 15 more teams that they can play with for, because neither of them will ever be fielders. Like, they need to be DHs. Unless you put, like, one of them... I don't even know. Like, they're trying to do hard on the left. But, like...
Yeah, so I
That's
started there
not gonna be-
yesterday, or I guess that was 2 days ago
2 days
now.
ago.
Yeah.
He got, the only ball that was hit to him was a home run. He got lucky.
I mean, that's ideal for the Yankees.
Yeah.
Really?
All right, boys. 1 strike away.
Holy hell, I haven't even seen the first pitch.
Sorry, bro.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just saw the first pitch.
These last
There
3
was
innings
the
have
0-1.
flown by.
No. There's 0-2. Foul ball.
The MVP candidacy still alive for JBJ. It's all good.
Completely dwarfed by Jacoby Jones's campaign.
Vasquez 1, Plawecki 2, JBJ 3, Jacoby 4.
Jacoby is significantly ahead of JBJ currently.
2 best center fielders in the league, baby.
Good with slander, in my opinion.
Honestly,
Alone has him at 2.
I was just saying the cleats definitely, he gets a bump for that. for
Yeah,
sure.
but being on the team with the worst record in baseball. is a huge
Okay.
yeah,
buddy.
that's also true.
You ever seen an MVP go to a last place team? Me neither.
All right. Well, the Angels just blew a 3-run lead in the 9th inning.
Did they blow that lead?
Oh yeah, Springer just hit a home run.
We should have been doing that game better than this game.
Oh my gosh! No way!
Who blew it for the Angels?
Robles, Hansel.
Oh no!
I don't think should be. His velocity has not been there at all this season. He should not be in the 9th inning right now.
Angels are gonna be 2-6.
Oh my!
Oh, we're gonna be 2-7, buddy.
No,
Chris, for a team that's very obviously making the playoffs, according to you, you should probably turn it around sometimes very soon.
Yeah, they
You
gotta pick it up.
Baltimore. I don't
Run out
want
of games to win.
Don't have
It's the Mariners.
You want Pace
Not
for 10
today,
wins.
but
the Mariners have a young core of hitters. It's a hitting core. Let me tell you, they're good.
Well, you want Pace for 10
You have to
wins.
face
Jackie.
Baltimore 19
This is very
times.
similar
It's
to
so
when
hard.
John said the Orioles were good because the Red Sox lost to them. That's
No,
the
no,
kind of
they-
vibe.
I'm not
Orioles are what?
saying that the
Like,
Mariners
Orioles
have
are in a playoff
problems.
spot. COVID canceled the season today, or Orioles finished the
Bro,
season
you
in a
said
playoff
that so
spot.
seriously.
That's what the
Like,
Mariners.
Orioles are in a playoff
Mariners
spot.
are in
Like,
a playoff spot if we count the season right
That's
now.
fine. The Mariners could be too. I'm just
Yeah.
saying. Scott was calling out the Orioles take. The Orioles are still in a playoff spot if this season ends today.
get
So
him out
is
of
my
this game,
team.
Jesus.
That's all I gotta
How
say.
wild would that be? Just got the Orioles, Marlins, Tigers.
Marlins? I hate to break it to you, the Marlins.
Well, like,
got
the
in
base
there.
hit.
Technically,
Bro, the Marlins
played, like,
the
2
Marlins have one of the best
games.
records in baseball. They're playing 6-6
they're
and
in
7
first
baseball.
place if the season ended. Like I agree, but like technically,
Jesus, why
Yeah,
is Hale
son.
still in this game?
Run to the plate.
And it's Benintendi who, even if he's not great, it's short porch. Like,
yeah. Why are we showing JD? Use him with the bat. Go put him up.
Why is he not
talking
playing?
about?
Seriously.
Like the
Dude,
off
what is
day
he
is one
doing?
thing. The off day pisses me off. It's ridiculous. But like, what are we talking about? The game, he's the tying run, and you're gonna let Andrew Benintendi come up.
bro,
Instead of the
no,
best hitter on
Why
our
is
team.
David Hale in the game with the tying run at the plate? Is my question.
That also, yeah. Like I'm not as
I
heated
mean, I
about that,
understand
but you're
not
right.
wanting to use everyone, but use Green for 1 out. Like, it's not that big of a deal. There you go. Come on, one more out.
God. That first pitch is in the seats if JD's at the plate. It's 5-5.
Yeah, JD
That
against.
is-
Yeah, that's a dumb move. I mean, JD against him would not even be
Pisses
close.
me off. Ron Renicke's probably asleep already. Get him a warm glass of
Every
milk and
Chiefs Super
wake him
Bowl
the
victory
hell up.
has been followed
Put
by an
JD
Orioles
He's not
World
going to
Series
swing the bat.
championship.
He's going to look at strike three down the middle.
Yep.
Come on, David.
Well, my neck's a little
Come on,
burnt.
snap one. Get him.
My neck's a little burnt from just staring at pitches going
Quick
down the
fun
middle all
thing.
day.
The stat man, Jim
Baby.
Passon, says every Chiefs Super Bowl victory has been followed by an Orioles World Series championship.
Wow. Well,
Will they continue this year?
you're the facts. These are
So,
just the facts. That would be crazy.
undeniable
That would be.
facts.
They got a lot of work to do to keep up their end of that bargain.
Come on.
Kristen, did you just blow the tie?
No, we blew the lead with the tie. It was gone.
Oh, I thought it was
Yeah,
a solo shot.
No, it was a 2-run home run.
Well, that's devastating.
Yeah, Josh Reddick in there. I
Thank
think it was
God.
Carlos Correa that hit it. No, it was Springer, I said. And Red Sox go down.
I'm sick.
I'm happy.
Give me a real manager for the love of Pete. Oh,
That's pretty
Well,
typical what I thought was going to happen in that game.
thank you for joining a fantastic
Yeah,
stream.
This was
fun.
the game might not have been electric, but the broadcast sure as hell was.
always. Way better than ESPN's was. I'll say.
Significant. Significant.
Hell
if you
yeah.
listened to Joe Buck, John Smoltz, you missed out.
It wasn't even Joe Buck. It was someone worse. Who were we talking about that it was?
Was it Joe Davis?
No idea.
Oh,
Joe
yeah.
Davis.
No,
It
no,
was
Joe
Joe
Davis
Davis.
was
Joe Davis is good.
Yeah, but
It was
Joe,
Yeah, it was John Smolton
But
Davis.
Smoltz makes things bad. All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you
All
guys
right.
for
Thanks for tuning in. Hell yeah.
hell yeah.